One. That's it. A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys. Welcome along to the Making History State Motocross Championship round here. Round number one, we're here at Coastal Motorcycle Club, and great to be on board. We had a terrific meeting yesterday, and gee, so smooth. Smooth as a cucumber it was. It was a terrific meeting, and everybody had a great time afterwards. I'd like to welcome along our officials from Motorcycling WA, and of course the steward for the day is Tracy Simpson. The clerk of the course is Paul Donahoe, race secretary Megan Andrews, chief scrutineer Dwayne Kings, and Jason Gasky. The adjudicator is Leanne Ridley. Looking after the transponders, Sharon Rikers and Wendy Shaftsma. Thank you very much for that. And our first aid group is, of course, Medic Aid. All right, well, the quads have got away to a pretty good start out there. We'll give you the drivers for that one, or the riders for that one. And, of course, we've got the number one bike out there, Chris Bosnakis, racing today for TJO Custom Race Lab, Legend Quad Services and Native Concepts. Luke Gates was back on the job once again, and he's gone from strength to strength all over Western Australia in recent times, which is really good. And, of course, over on the East Coast as well, Luke Gates was doing it very well. On bike number 14 today, Jacob Bazusto, number 20, racing today for Chalky's Old School Garage. We're hoping to catch up with Chalky a bit later on. If I look for the coffee van, I'll find where Chalky is. I'm sure he'll be hiding somewhere. Well, there we go, and just remember that everybody that's here on course today, that is competitors and spectators, be aware we've got our good friends down here from Four Style Media. Colin Balshaw is the man, and he's doing a live stream, and that's going to be via your on live camera. Well done. Thank you very much to Four Style Media, and being here for the very first time that we've ever been able to promote motocross through the outside media, if I can use that terminology. Four Style Media doing it today here at the home of motocross today, Coastal Motorcycle Club, and of course we're celebrating here 100 years of motocross. At the moment, practice session is taking place, and we mentioned before, Chris Bosnakis is out there, Luke Gates with Jacob Bazusto, Blake Croonan for 14 Industries is on the circuit as well. The rider that just went through, we're talking about him, Blake Croonan. So doing okay out there in the 3-lap practice session. They only actually get 2 laps because the first one they got to follow behind the sweet rider out in front. Jai Dowse is on machine number 37 for Legend Quad Services, and Auto Pro out in Canning Vale. Zachary Croonan today running on machine number 42 for Advanced Autologic, Mindari Motorcycles and West Coast Motorcycles as well. Well done for Zachary. Hope he goes all right today along with everybody else. Michael Murphy running number 43 for Next M Road and Race Motorcycles. Flynn Burton riding the number 48 machine today for Burton Racing. Why not? That's him. Darryl Marangiani running today for Turtle Racing. Anthony Case and number 96. Hastert Cudale running today for Legend Quad Services. And number 114 Racing. And Jack Gasky riding today on 548 for NR Metal Recycling. They're one of the sponsors, and that's really good. So this one, when they come out later on, it'll be part of the Brudham Logistics Quad Championship here. And of course, this is round number 1. As we said before, at Coastal Motorcycle Club, celebrating 100 years of racing here. Well, 100 years of being involved in the sport is what we were looking for out there. And Sweet Rider already belting around the track, unless that's Chris Boss Marcus in the orange top. He's got the number 1 on the back, and I reckon that's probably him. Very good competition here yesterday with the juniors, and you know what? There wasn't one bad rider on the day. It was just absolutely awesome out here. And, well, from up here in the PA box, I got to tell you, the race riding yesterday was just terrific. And the junior riders that competed here yesterday, well, it was a very high calibre of racing, which is really good. And great to see the juniors doing it so very well. Don't forget too, we've got Medic Aid on board today. Greater care and better understanding for all your medical and first aid needs. We've already been down there to say hello to them for an emergency response. They'll look after the critical care paramedics, and that's what they are. High risk event management, mining and construction, oil and gas, and first aid training. And you can find them on the website www.medicaidwa.com, or you can give them a call on 0427 987 597. Don't call them now because they'll be busy down in the first aid rooms. Thank you very much to Medic Aid for being on board with us today. And of course, yesterday they were out here as well.
1-2. One, two.
Hey, we got a bit of noise. Thank you very much for that. Well done. Had a little issue down below. And, gee, I spoke for a fair bit there, 15 minutes before we got recognised. We're here, of course, for round one of the Makes Making History State Senior Motocross. Great to be involved with motocross here at the Coastal Motorcycle Club. And, well, I'll tell you what, it's been a terrific setup to get themselves organised for this, the very first round. And, gee, from right from the very outset, they got themselves pretty well organised. So we've had the quads go around for their first part of the championship round today. And we're moving now on with Group 2, which is the Amateur Cup. The riders making their way around the circuit right now. Let's have a look, see how we go, I hope. Yep, so in this one here, we've got Brandon Campbell, and he's sponsored by not his mum. I think he did that last year when we were down here. Brandon Campbell, 232, 273 is Dylan Hepworth, riding today for Albany Motorcycles, and Bremer Bay Beaches Resort and Tourist Park. Well, that's very good. We're right into all that, and that's really good. Because right here at Coastal Motorcycle Club, their major club sponsor is Discovery Parks Australia. So that blends in very well. And boy, they've got some big places all around Australia. And we thank you very much for being involved here at Coastal Motorcycle Club, Discovery Parks Australia. Tane Kings today, listed down the program is riding 292. If you want to change that, if you've got a program now, he's riding bike number 92. Tane Kings for Yilgarn Plumbing and Gas, Dunning's Fuel, and Meriden Tyre Ride. Now we get up with a couple of interesting combinations out there. For Motor Warehouse WB is Stefan Weisbach on bike 319. A little bit further in the group there to 327, Jackson Hawilli, riding today for Performance Race Services. And of course, this is the riders competing in the Amateur Cup today. Jackson Hawilli, we mentioned. Judd Sperling on 336. 337 is Daniel Wright. Jacob Waitley today running for Bottle Feed for Performance on bike 396. Jaden Comito running today for TJO Custom Race Fab, yep, and Jaden's family running yesterday in the juniors. Great to see their involvement across the junior and the senior ranks here. Cam Van Stan running today. That's a name that's very familiar. Great to see Cam on board for Savage Motorcycles. Matt O'Loughlin running for ProPleat Services today. Yep, Andrea Monty for Arn Decorating Services on bike 556. Reese Lawrence running for NZR JL Hydraulics on 769. Josh Rasmussen, Clint Cardy. Good to have a member of the Cardy family involved in the sport. Barry Murphy on 988 for Mick Murphy Plant Repairs. Mason Lawrence on 997. 419 is 418. Sorry, in addition to the program today. Hayden Buck 418. Addition to the program, and 497 is Justin Denning. Another addition to the program. Justin Denning on bike 497. Coastal Motorcycle Club would also like to thank their club sponsors, because they've done a great job in getting this track ready for racing, and a marvellous job transforming it after a pretty heavy run by the juniors yesterday, and the track has come back to be in absolute terrific condition today. So we want to thank Red Sands Earth Moving, who are always on the job helping us with any equipment that we might need here at Coastal Motorcycle Club. Thank you for that. The panel shop, they look after our motor vehicles here, make sure they're in tip-top condition, and all our people here are dressed by Bolt Eyewear and Clothing. That is the officials from the Coastal Motorcycle Club. Ford Hole Wreckers, they're at in 9B Davidson Street in Maddington, and you can give them a call out there on 9493 6789. 5-star Yamaha Planet Honda look after us as well here at Coastal Motorcycle Club, and Mandurah City Yamaha and KTM. and of course Discovery Parks Australia, the major club sponsor here at Coastal Motorcycle Club. Remember, this is our centenary year here. The club was founded in Fremantle way back in 1919, which is quite some time ago, 100 years ago in fact. And of course, they've got a big series happening up here. Series 2 later on in the year at Coastal Motorcycle Club. That'll be consisting of 3 events and followed by the annual club presentations and AGM. Now, if you want to find out more about the action, what's happened here at the Coastal Motorcycle Club over the last 100 years, you should buy a program at the gate, and you'll be able to find out exactly what's happening in the program. It's a wonderfully prepared program. Just looking at the one from yesterday, it was pretty awesome, and the one from today, no exception as well. So please grab a program and you'll find out what's happening and a little bit of history and how we're involved into being here in the year of 2019. So at the moment, heading them out in front at the moment, and remember it is a practice session only, having gone through this time, Andrea Monty, Jacob Waitley, Declan Hepworth, Jackson Horwilly, and a big heap of riders heading through there now. Stefan Weisbeck has picked up the pace a little bit out there in front of Tane Kings. Stefan, of course, riding a bike 319 today. He's certainly keeping up the pressure and maintaining a fairly big speed. So the riders pretty well all stuck together here in one group, which is not bad. And just remember, if I was competing in motocross, I'd be out there with this group here, the amateurs. Well, I'm probably less than an amateur rider, but never mind. My days of motocross riding and etc. have long gone. Sadly, throughout the week, one of our former state champions has lost their daughter. Terry Cutts we're talking about, from down Manjimup Way, now up in Perth. They lost their daughter, Chloe, lost a fight for life. She'd been very, very crook for quite some time and unfortunately passed away last week. And our thoughts are with Terry Cutts and the family. Of course, he was a great ambassador for motocross racing here in WA, and of course he competed with regularity all over the state here, and it's such a tragic loss, losing his daughter, him and his good wife, losing their daughter Chloe, and that's just something that we need to relay to everybody. And of course Johnny Van Brusham, who wouldn't be known to many people around the place here, but Johnny was very much involved in motocross here in Western Australia as well. And Johnny unfortunately he had a long battle with illness, and he passed away last week as well. Well, we've done what we needed to do there. Amateur Cup riders heading back into the pit area now, and a pretty good run there. And Andrea Monty, well, Andrea is just probably getting around the track before we head them back into the pit area. But they're not bad. They're ready to go now for the 2019 MX2 Motul and Pirelli MX2 Championship. That's what's happening out on the track at the moment. And I'll try and attempt to give you all the riders that are competing in this practice session. Michael Zawada. Gee, there's some big names in this lot here from last year. Michael Zawada riding today for Savage Motorcycles and Westerflex. Cody Higgs running number 7 today from Andrew City Yamaha, Pirelli, and JPT Bricklaying. Reese Burnett running today for 14MX and FT's Moto Works. Dylan Fernio running today for the Pajewski family, Mandurah City KTM, and Water on Wheels. Jamie Higgs, good to see the Higgs family involved in motocross racing here, number 22, riding today for Yamaha Australia and Motor Tune Performance. Dean Porter. Got him listed down here as a nominated rider on bike number 30. Let's have a bit of a look across the front there and see whether the old Porch is down there. If he's in the nomination list, he'll be down there for sure. Thank you very much to Bill and Fiona Kent, Golden Tyre, and ProPleat Seat Covers for looking after Dean Porter. Back behind the wheel. Well, behind the handlebars. Yes, sirree. Well done. Good on your Ports. Brendan Bayliss, riding today for Dino Time. Corbin Wynert from down Albany Way, riding today for Campbell Road Automotive down at Albany, of course. WAMX Graphics Snap Fitness Albany, and great to have Corbin on board today, riding on bike number 42. Erhard Pajewski is running today for Troy Lee Designs, and bike number 64. As they head off, first bike to get going is number 72, Regan Duffy. Dylan Hennessy on bike number 4 for 5-star Yamaha. It's listed down in the program as riding bike number 66, but Dylan will be on board bike number 4 today. Well done. Sponsored by the Manuel family, Zoe, Dad, Mum and Dad, and MotoTune Performance. Jake Woods running on bike number 71 today for Planet Honda. Oceanside Flooring, Regan Duffy, the rider that got away pretty quickly out there on bike number 72. Chris Radico for Munster Motor Trimmers. Scotty Costin running on bike 114 today for Savage Motorcycles. Josh Andrews on 195. Daniel James on 209 for JMS Pro Fleet. Revon Newout running today for Bolts Everywhere. And Scully's Racing, Jack Defoe racing for Commonwealth Bank Credit Cards. He'd be a good man to ride. No. Braden Hahn for Little J's Jersey Prince. Jackson Turner running on 304 for Bridgetown Mufflers. And Callum Thompson riding a bike 320. And Callum looking for a sponsor. So a pretty big field in the 2019 MX2 Motul and Pirelli MX2 Championship. Woo, this is the opening round, and we've got all these riders here on the track at the moment, which is just absolutely awesome. And they'll be event number 3 on the program a little bit later on. So at this stage, Regan Duffy is doing the right thing and staying out in front, doesn't want to dirty the bike up too much. Regan Duffy is certainly one to watch out for, running the number 72 bike today. And of course, Regan is running for Raceline Motorsports, Australia, Oakley, Berry Sweet and Strawberry Farms and Mandurah City KTM looking after him today. That's Regan Duffy, and when we last had a look at the board, Regan got away to a pretty good start out in the competition, and he is set to fire up in a big way here, I think, along with everybody else in this brigade today. And thank you very much to Motul and Pirelli for running the MX2 Championship here today. On the first lap, of course, they're not allowed to pass the Sweet Rider, who is out in front at the moment, and he'll take off to the infield here as per the rules and regs. Here we go. Duffy's going to head him up into turn 1 first time, round past the Honda Planet Melville sign, and certainly getting it all together here, like we said before. Duffy was trying to lead the bunch, and that's what he said his vision's on being out in front of the rest of the group. So Regan Duffy starting to get himself dialed into the racing circuit here. They've had one sighting lap around in which they could have a bit of a look around and see how things are around the circuit here. Got a waving yellow flag. Somebody's in trouble underneath the bridge. They're going through fairly sedately at this stage. Our flaggy down there has got the yellow flags up, probably to indicate that they don't need to go flat out on the race circuit while they're doing that. Very quickly, just going through there, what's Chris Radico. Radico doing it very well at the moment on the race course, yeah, and great to have mates making history, proudly a part of round number 1 of the history. Makes Making History State Senior Motocross. Yes, for round number 1 right here at Coastal Motorcycle Club. We'd like to thank everybody and make sure that they are part of the contributions here. Looking like that rider's had enough of the situation, so they've gone infield here and going back to the pits. All right, we'd like to tell everybody about Ben Sainsbury. Remember, he was had a tragic accident here, life-changing accident in September 2017. Come 18 months later, he's now looking at Australian selection for the wheelchair basketball. Now, that requires considerable funding on the part of the Sainsbury family, Ben Sainsbury, and of course he requires funding for at least $10,000. So thank you very much to Coastal Motorcycle Club for being helpful and getting himself ready, and hopefully it's going to be a big time. And remember, there'll be tins at the canteen and bar. I'd like to say hello to the members of the Robbins family that are here today. Always great to catch up with them wherever I go in WA at the Motocross or a Speedway meeting. And I can see Teresa now just sitting down there, getting pretty comfortable. And obviously going to help Sam in the coffee machine today. Don't forget the coffee machine located just adjacent to the edge of where our flags are located. Cafe to you, and you can give her a call on 1300 Cafe to you. That's easy done. 1300 Cafe to you. Give Sam a call, and if you want to, get across there and grab yourself a coffee. She will certainly look after you wherever possible. All right, these are the riders out there for the Motul and Pirelli MX2 Championship, and what a field of riders we got out there at the moment. Dylan Fernio just going through there, looking very colourful as always. Dylan might not be the fastest bike on the track, but he certainly is one of the most colourful on the track. Okay, so we do have a bit of a problem down the bottom part of the circuit here. The ambulance first aid crew are on the job. A lot of waving yellow flags to indicate to the riders there to slow down. Sweep's got the flag to say, hey, slow down, and we need to get out there in a moment. The rider has got back on the bike, so everything looks all right. But, of course, we don't want the riders going flat chat whilst they're anywhere near our first aid machine, which is actually just off the track a little bit, and they probably wind down this practice session here for the 2019 MX2 Motul and Pirelli Championship. Well done, and we've got all the riders out there for this one here. They'll be event 3 when they come out on the track today. And like we said before, some terrific competitors in this group. Some of the riders have made the change up from junior to senior ranks, and that is very interesting. And like we said, spoke about yesterday, always very, very important to make sure that we're able to transform. That is the riders, and to transform from junior to senior ranks, which is something we strive to do. And I know they try and do that very hard on the board at Motorcycling WA. I'd like to say hello to Decima this morning, working down there, having a lovely coffee break. I'm sure we'll catch up with Decima a little bit later on. And, of course, Decima, along with everybody else, one of the hard-working team here at the Coastal Motorcycle Club. Celebrating 100 years of motocross racing right here at this particular circuit. They started off in Fremantle in 1919. Here's that magical number 30 going through there very quickly. The other riders in this group here are Harry Phillips today, racing for Premier Auto Paints and Unique Customs, Pro X Racing Parts. Bevan Barnett on bike 418. Ben Jackson running today for Mundaring Amcal, that's pretty good. Matthew McMillan running today on bike number 430 for Perth Motorcycle Works. Brecken Hawkey running today for Power Plant Motorcycles. Declan O'Leary back with us again for another season for NR Metal Recycling and Prox. Jai McCornack on bike 464 for Wheat Belt Hire and Napoli Auto Repairs, or Napoli Auto Repairs. Sorry about that, Jai. James Boland on bike 525 for Aussie Moto. And top line, Jesse Stammers looking for a sponsor. Thomas Skew running today for Cash Generator. Conan Forrester on bike 601 for Cully's Yamaha. Connor Woodford and rounding them out, Jack Court, Jack Hourigan and Mark Lott and Russell Scoble on bike number 26. A late nomination to the program, if you want to write that in. Bike number 26, Russell Scoble, and Daniel Gaines not starting today in the practice session of the Pirelli Championship round for 2019. The MX2 Motul and Pirelli MX2 Championships. Yep, that's a bit hard to say. So, going through the practice session fairly quickly indeed. Got a combination of two groups coming up in a little while. The Beautiful Kitchens and Diamond Design Masters and the Veterans Championship for 2019. And of course, we've got the two groups running out there, the Masters and the Veterans. And there is a couple of late nominations, but we'll tell you more about them a little later on. Well, wonderful to have Dean Porter back on board with us today. And, of course, he's looked after by Motor Tune Suspension. I spoke to him, I think, at the opening round last year. And he said that he had a few issues and was out of the sport. And I wasn't sure then when I spoke to him how long he was going to be out of the competition racing. And great to see him back on board, running today for the 2019 Modal and Pirelli MX2 Championship. Well done, and heading around there pretty quickly is the Albany-based rider, Corbin Wynard, cranking up their machine very quickly indeed, going around there as quickly as you possibly can. Chris Radico trying to get it wrapped up out there. A lot of these guys are doing a bit of practicing out there in terms of setting up their bikes, making sure they're right and ready to go. Jamie Higgs on the move there very quickly as well. Bike number 4, Dylan Henderson, very colourful in that bright red gear that he wears. For Roscoe's Trademate, All Pro Customs Panel and Paint, and Mills Trans. Dylan Hennessy listed down in your program as bike number 66, running bike for today. Some issues out there for one of our riders who's now come back a little bit early, Thomas Shue, for Cash Generator, and it's some issues that he can't respond to. He's parked the model up. He'll come back a little later on after the practice session, ready for their event, which will be number 3 on the program today. Good to see Harry Phillips out there and having a run today for Motomuck. Fade possession. Gee, you've got to say that the right way, don't you? Otherwise we can get into trouble. Customs Products, Racing Parts and KTM Dunlop. And Unique Racing. Well done, Harry. Red flags out, so everybody's heading back now to the pit area. The practice session having run. And thanks once again for Pirelli getting right behind the sport here in WA and Motocross. Well done to you, and we thank you very much for that. Russell Scoble is one of the first riders to head back in the pit area, and a big hello to Russell, and welcome back to motocross riding. Russell's had a bit of a run. I think he had a run at the Speedway, Perth Motorplex on his trusty mount. But it's great to have the Scoble family, as always, involved in motocross racing here in WA. 4:46 heading back there now. Declan O'Leary for Variety WA. And that was a pretty awesome display of riding by everybody there. They spread eagle themselves all around the race circuit here and got going fairly quickly. As Harry Phillips now heads back in. Team Phillips out in the middle there. With Harry making sure that things are right. One of the other riders going back is Jai Cormack now. And we'll see what sort of a struggle it was out there for Dean Porter. Dylan Fernio's out there, so he didn't get around to doing another lap on the circuit. Pretty arduous competition out there, and these guys, well, they're physically pretty strong. Some of them out there in that group of riders, and of course you've got to be physically fit to be part of the motocross scene here. That's part of the reason that I'm not in the competition. Yes, sirree. Now, the Beautiful Kitchens and Diamond Design Masters. Well, thank you very much for Beautiful Kitchens and Diamond Design for looking after the Masters and the Veterans Championship. And just having a quick look across there, it looks like we've got the Masters on a group of their own at the moment. Okay, so we'll give you those starters. West Coast Motorcycles and Total Mobile Fitness looking after Michael Dreen today on bike 106. 142 is Trevor Unstead racing today for Moto Advantage, Fifth Element Kawasaki, MX, Inc. and Answer Racing. We've got Brett Graham racing today for Back in Motion out at Balcatta. Glenn Biffin running today for Rentco Transport Equipment Rental and Valvoline. Mark Payne looking for a sponsor on board 576. The other riders in this one here, Stephen Barrett riding today for Affordable Artificial Grass in Mandurah. There you go. Peter Freight running today for Coil Industrial Electrical, and for Mac 1 Kawasaki and Motorcycle Pit Stop, Anthony Fiaschi running on bike 960. So the sweep just having a run around to the circuit here before we send the Masters on their way. And once again, thank you very much to the Beautiful Kitchens and Diamond Design Masters looking after the sponsorship deal for us. So they'll take off pretty quickly. Sometimes you've got to have a look and see what they do after I did such a great job of telling everybody about Event 4. We've gone straight up to Event 5. Well done. So this, of course, is the 2019 Cullies Yamaha Women's Championship, and thank you very much for being involved with us once again. Cullies Yamaha, they've been involved for so long now in motocross racing in West Australia. It takes me back probably around 40, 45 years that Cullies Yamaha have been involved in motocross here in Western Australia. We thank them very much again for their support for the year 2019. Megan Magnall back riding today for Cullies Yamaha, Jim's Antennas. I'll get to have a short chat to Megan about Jim's Antennas a bit later later on. Sidey Boots. Riding on bike 323 today is Jasmine Clark for Flow Vision Company. Storm Green running on bike 470. Did I say that? I meant 401. Storm Green for Oceanside Flooring and Interiors and West Deflex. Charlie Blee for Corrupt Industries and Steve's Menwear. On bike 415. 435 is Talisha Outram. So it's good that we've got a big field of competitive and pretty quick ladies today in the Women's Championship. Michaela Edwards for HMR Racing. Talia Lang riding today for Cully's Motorcycle and Chain Reaction Motorcycle and Steve's Menswear. Hannah Bagnall on bike 623 for Jim's Antennas and Cully's Yamaha. Good to see Cully's name amongst the women's nomination list, which is really good. Cara Katz running a bike 655 today for Team Sober and Broke Racer Industries. Pirelli Motul, TX Boots. Tracy Mason today for West Coast Motorcycles and, of course, Flatline WA. And listed down in the program as a late nomination is 747 Tiara Hansen. Tiara Hansen riding bike 747 in the Cully's Yamaha Women's Championship, round 1 today here at the Coastal Motorcycle Club. And, of course, this is the Making History State Senior Motocross, round number 1. Thank you very much to WA Motocross, WAMX as it's known, Motorcycling WA, MWA, and of course Motorcycling Australia. Quite a few sponsors for the season, which is really great news. That's the sweep going around the track at the moment. Unless it's moving. We might have missed the sweep. Yep. Talisha Outram getting right amongst it out there at the moment. The ladies, there's no need to get the bikes dirty out there. Although a couple of tear-offs came very quickly off the back of one of the bikes out there. Not really sure what the setup is out there, but a couple of them had a few problems with tear-offs. Go through there quickly, Jasmine Clark, and a couple of them standing up in the stirrups. But certainly the lead rider at the moment, Megan Bagnall, got away to a very good start in this practice session for the riders. They do one lap, following behind the sweep, who dictates the pace. They're not allowed to pass that at all, the sweep, and they follow behind the sweep for one lap, after which they get going very quickly. And as you can see, they're out in the track just having a look around. So the first lap would have been having a look around. Second and third on their way around the track here as part of the practice session is that they get to open up the throttle a bit and have a bit of fun on the racing circuit, which is really good for the ladies' competition here at Coastal Motorcycle Club, where we're hosting round number 1 of the State Motocross Series here, proudly brought to us by Making History. You might have to change hats, buddy. Certainly rapid on the throttle there, Megan Bagnall getting right on with the job there. Up past the Honnet Plenum Melville sign. I'd like to thank 2 5-star Yamaha, Ford Hold Wreckers, and the big bridge out there, probably the biggest bridge in motocross here in Western Australia, and it's great stuff out there. Half of the bridge is, the lower half of the bridge is sponsored by Coastal Motorcycle Club. The host round for this series for 2019, and when they go over the top part of the bridge, where one of the riders is heading right now, is the Mandurah City Yamaha KTM, and of course that will be Megan Bagnall getting right on with the JOB there as she heads down to the back part of the circuit. The other riders in this one, Hannah Bagnall, Charlie Blee, Talisha Outram, Michaela Edwards, and Jasmine Clark. And we're just waiting for Jasmine to come around now. This will be Jasmine in the bright yellow fluoro colours, and looks pretty good. Do you want to bet? Have a try. Yes, we got it right. it was Talia Lang. Jasmine is heading around the track there somewhere. A couple of other riders out there. Cara Katz, Tracy Mason are the other two riders in that group. The one that just went through was Tracy. Getting amongst it up there around the top part of the circuit. I'd like to remind everybody that we are now available via Four Style Media and Colin Balshaw live streaming from right here at Coastal Motorcycle Club. So if you know anybody that's at home, give them a call and tell them to have a bit of a look and see how we're looking at Four Style Media. You can find them and they're good stuff. They're live streaming, cameras all around the circuit here, and they're up high. And gee, I tell you what, we've got one up in the box as well. Four Style Media, thank you very much, Colin Balshaw. First time ever in Western Australia. We're giving it a try here at the Coastal Motorcycle Club to see how it works out for the rest of the series. And it's a trial run today to see how it works, but never mind, it'll be available full time today anyway, in a moment or two, a little bit later on when the program starts for Four Style Media. And thanks once again to Colin Balshaw. There'll be a live streaming right throughout the day. Cameras around the circuit, catching the action. So riders, remember, do the right thing when you're on the camera today. So they're in different parts of the circuit, hopefully capturing all the action today.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Vehicle 1GGW153, a Toyota Land Cruiser, just parked up the back here. 1GGW153 is the number plate. Please, would you just come and move your car? We just need to keep a access way clear, and you're just blocking it a bit. 1GGW153, a white Toyota Land Cruiser. Please just come and move your car. Thank you.
All right, yeah, we'd like to remind everybody about the 2018 Hall of Champions in the MX1 Championship. It was taken out by rider of bike number 30, David Birch. He took out the series from Charlie Creech and Steve Hylas. Stevie Hylas, the MX1 Championship. The MX2 Championship, Matt Fabry took that one out with some tremendous riding from Mitchell Outram and Billy Middleton. The Quads Championship was taken out by Chris Mosmarkas, and it was pretty close on the points there. I can remember that clearly. But Chris Mosmarkas took it out from Luke Gason and Blake Croonan. The Women's Championship taken out by Talia O'Hare, Cara Hatz and Lily Kent. The Veterans Championship taken out by Scotty Petrusevic, Martin Costa and Paul Smithson. That was the Veterans. And one more round, one more group in the Masters Championship in the 2018 Hall of Champions was James Craig from Trevor Unstead and Mark Payne. Thank you guys for being part of the 2018 Hall of Champions, and I'm sure some of those riders are nominated for this year's series. All right, if you've got a program as well, you can find out about how the track map goes here at Coastal Motorcycle Club. Plenty of twisting and changing. It all happens, but you can find out more about that if you get a program. And by gee, it's a wonderful, wonderful program that the people from WA Motocross, WAMX, have prepared in conjunction with the Coastal Motocross Club for the State Senior Motocross Round Number 1. We're halfway through the program in terms of the practice session before we get underway. We'd like to say once again hello and good morning to the steward today, Tracy Simpson. Paul Donahoe is out in the middle there, out and about all around the circuit. He is the clerk of the course today. Megan Andrews, the race secretary today. Saw Megan running around very busily just a little while ago. And our scrutineers today, Dwayne Kings and Jason Gatsky. Leanne Ridley is doing our adjudicating today. Very important job. Looking after the transponders, Sharon Rikers and Wendy Shaftsma. And, of course, Medicaid looking after the first aid requirements for everybody here today. So we swapped the program around just a little bit here, but never mind. Hopefully we'll keep abreast of what's happening out there. We've got a big field of riders out there. Ladies competing at the moment in their run round here. Megan Bagnall, Hannah Bagnall's up there. So we've got the two of them out there, and they're probably doing pretty well at this stage. Getting around there, it's not all about speed. It's about dialing yourself into the racetrack, which might involve a bit of speed, but also in generally having a bit of a look around the circuit and see what's involved and what lays ahead. And of course, during the practice session, the track is very, very nice, and it changes soon after when we get going flat out under full motocross racing. So it could swap and change at the moment, and pretty quickly around this group now would be Megan Bagnall doing very well out there at the moment. Got the machine running very well, and it does look the part. Megan saying, well, I've had enough, and has taken it back in. So we've got the green flag out here, which means the practice session is going okay. All right. Well done to the ladies. Okay, riders getting this time ready for the 2019 Beautiful Kitchens Diamond Design. And this is a combination of the Masters and the Vets together. And we'll soon find out whether Trevor Unstead's out there or not, whether we've got the Masters or just the Veterans. Looks like we've got a pretty big field here. Some additions in the Veterans competition today. Rob Morrison on bike 671. Peter Smethers on 960. Jeff Chapman riding on bike 547 today. And Stuart Morrison, he's on board 647. Neil Gee, I don't know whether I got that right or not, but never mind. Neil Mann riding on bike 317. If I got that wrong, come up and tell me and I'll correct it for you. In that group, we got Martin Costa riding on 2V. He's looked after by the Off-Road Register. And Moto Tune Paul Smithson riding the 128 bike today for PBS Racing and Albany Motorcycles. Ben Shingler on bike 129, the Veterans category for Kalish Yamaha and Yamaloo. Yamaloo, that'll do. Aaron Cherkop. Wow, the big name in Speedway around in West Australia. Well done, Aaron, running on bike 164 today for Asform and As Built. Dermot Fitzpatrick on bike 177. Luke Rowe on the West FX bike 223. 276 is Benji Dawson for Racemate Storage Solution and Toy Haulers. Craig Harris is out there. Thank you very much to Dafty. Craig Harris on bike 346. Timothy Waugh on 471. Matty Briggs racing today for Rackmount Australia. Ben Skidmore for Metro Motorcycle Training. And Dave Berry for Watt Lab. Daniel Woodman riding for Decadent Seeds Chocolate, Coffee and Cake Mandurah. Ben Hothersall riding today for Mandurah City Yamaha. Ben Hothersall, well done. Good on you. Great to have you involved in the veterans category. Ben Hothersall, you know what? You don't reckon he wasn't a gun in his younger days. Ben Hothersall back with us today for the veterans competition, and we've got to see whether they're going to be combining it out there with the other riders. At this stage, a fairly big field up there as the ladies head back now after the running of their first practice session, their first one and only practice session today. Well, now that we're able to, we'll give you the riders for the Masters group of this lot here. As the sweep rider heads off here, those riders are Anthony Fiaschi riding on bike 960 today for Macwatt Kawasaki. Peter Freight running for Coyle Industrial Electrical. Steve Barrett racing today for Affordable Artificial Grass in Mandurah. Mark Payne, Glenn Biffin for Redcoat Transport. Brett Graham for Back in Motion out in Balcana. Trevor Unstead for Fifth Element Kawasaki, and Answer Racing and Michael Dreen riding today on bike 106. Remember, as is the case always in the practice session here, they followed the sweep around for the first lap. Those of you that have been to motocross for probably longer than me would know what it's all about. But those that haven't been to motocross before and you're here for the very first time, will tell you what happens in the practice session. They follow the rider around, that is the rider in front, the sweep rider, call him the sweep, or the him or her the sweep, as they make their way around the circuit. And for the very first lap, it's just a matter of having a bit of a look around at the circuit, and they must not go anywhere near the sweep rider, who is the rider that's out in front at the moment. He'll just do one lap, take the riders around, have a bit of a look around the circuit, get themselves G'd up and comfortable on the seating arrangements on the bike, and just as soon as that's done, after they've done one lap of this big circuit here today at Coastal Motorcycle Club, then that rider, the sweep, will pull to the infield, and then they can go for 3 quick hot laps around the track, at which time they can dictate their own pace, whether they want to go flat out, slow, or head straight back into the pit area, depending on what their thoughts and what their mindset is. So we've got the combination of the Masters and the veterans combined out there. And as we said before, Rob Morrison, Peter Smethers, Jeff Chapman, Stuart Morrison and Neil McMahon. A little late going into the program, but they did apologise for that. There's not much we can do about it. And they're ready to go in the veterans comp. So we've got 2 combinations together, Masters and the veterans, and looks like they're very big in numbers. I think they were pretty high in numbers last year for the 2018 series, and we're back here again for 2019. And if you thought that the numbers were down, you were wrong. We are looking exciting, and all divisions have got lots and lots of riders in them, so we're going to have a terrific season here for 2019. Proudly brought to us by Make Smoking History. Sweep riders up. They get going very quickly around the track. And first the riders to go through was Rob Morrison, who's not listed down in the program, but getting around there fairly quickly. A few of the others are still making their way around on their first lap, which is called the sighting lap here at Coastal Motorcycle Club. Michael Dreen goes through past the Planet Melville Honda sign, up round the 5-star Yamaha sign. Gee, there's a big gaggle of riders out there at the moment, and we're still waiting for a few of them to come through. One of them we were talking about before was Trevor Unstead, who's just gone sailing through. I first saw Trevor racing down at Esperance and doing some machine examining down there as well as competing. And Trevor Unstead, well, he certainly doesn't need any introduction to anybody here in motocross racing. Certainly a guy that's been around, I can say this quite successfully, for quite a number of years now, seeing he's in the Masters and Veterans category. So all good stuff for this combination out there. The two groups riding together as one for the rest of the series here. And of course, this is only the opening round today for Makes Making History. Antic Finashki's out there, Peter Freight, Stephen Barrett, and a couple of them just heading past. Still waiting, I think, for one more rider to come through. Paul Smithson might have been the rider that's waiting for, but heading him around first time would be Robbie Morrison from Ben Hollister, who suddenly picked up the pace a little bit there when they got going. That's when the man waved the green flag down the bottom there to let him go. He'll hold out that green flag whilst the practice session is on here at Coastal Motorcycle Club. Look at this, bit of a change here, bit of a action happening out in front. Yep, pretty good stuff there, and the two riders going through are Robbie Morrison and Ben Shingler. Ben starting to get it involved a little bit up there. The Fox rider went through there very quickly. He's up in third spot at the moment. Not that we're recording anything out there, except doing some testing and making sure we're right to go live on our live stream, which is happening today. Thank you very much, Colin Bolshaw, and all the good people for getting that ready for us here at Coastal Motorcycle today. Aaron Cherkop handling the situation pretty well. Daniel Woodman, Martin Costa, Dermot Fitzpatrick has gone through, so is Glennie Biffin and Benji Dawson and Luke Rowe. Just getting going here now. Michael Dream had a bit of problem there on the start line. I think he might have been indicating somebody what was happening out on the track. So things looking pretty good for everybody concerned out there in the combination of the Masters and the Veterans combined. Don't you get too much of that sun, Robbo, you might fall asleep. Matty Briggs going through there. Probably the last of the practice group. Doesn't mean to say that he's not going to feature predominantly in this group of riders a little bit later on. Matty Briggs, looked after by Rackman Australia. And Ben Shingler goes through. He's the lead bike. So we just saw the last one go through. Ben Shingler on board the lead bike at the moment for the practice session here. And Ben Shingler getting it all together here as he comes up and over the top of the Mandurah City Yamaha KTM bridge. Getting it all together in a pretty big way. He could be one to watch out for, Ben Shingler today. Ben Hollister, pretty keen as well. He's gone through, so Hollister will also be up there in the place getters, I'm sure, today. You can't underestimate any of the riders' ability out there, because they can certainly get it together on the race circuit here at Coastal Motorcycle Club today. Big gaggle of riders getting out there, ready to make their way out onto the track for their first practice session today. This is the fifth qualifying round today, so we're up to number 5, and it won't be too long before we get right on the program proper here. Trevor Unstead goes sailing by through the canteen area. Don't forget the canteen has been open since very early this morning. If you're feeling hungry, thirsty, or you want a drink or a chockey or a lolly, get up to the canteen and grab something to eat right away because they've been working very hard up there, getting the breakfast, etc. ready. And gee, I tell you what, they make a beautiful bacon and egg burger up there, and that was what the special was on for brekkie this morning. Not too late to get one if you want to get up there right now. And the canteen here working very hard, as always, at each and every race meeting at Coastal Motorcycle Club. We thank them very much, the canteen staff. All right, a bit of a change here. Starting to get amongst it out there is Neil McMahon. Getting going quickly out there. Just getting our program up to date here. The rider of Bike Trip 17 is Neil Mann. Sorry about that, Neil. We were calling you something else a little while ago. Neil Mann riding a Bike 317 today. There's group of riders out there for beautiful kitchens and diamond design. This is the Masters and the Veterans Championship. Two groups of riders out there, and certainly these guys are going to get amongst the place getters throughout the day, and maybe up for grabs the awards today. Daniel Woodman goes through. The Woodman family intimately involved in motocross racing here, and look at that, he's sponsored by Decadent Seas Chocolate, Coffee and Cake in Mandurah. He's racing for my girls. My 4 girls. Well done. All right. Rapidly drawing to a close our practice session here. Dermot Fitzpatrick goes through. Shingler, Hollisell and Sherkop have gone through. So is Robbie Morrison, Daniel Woodman, Martin Costa, Dermot Fitzpatrick. Trevor Unstead has got through there, and suddenly Trevor, just towards the conclusion of the practice session, starting to get a bit of speed up. And that's not real bad. Don't forget, we'd like to welcome on board today for the very first time, 4Style Media, Colin Balshaw, live streaming via You're On Live camera. Everybody, you're on live camera, all right? So, right, it's got to behave themselves, which they always will do on the racing circuit. Paul Donohoe having a bit of a conversation out there with a couple of riders, and just making sure that our infield staff are raring and ready to go. Hot weather predicted for today, so I hope it's not going to be too hot up here in the box. Mark Payne going through there quickly. And the other riders have gone through there. Neil Mann, Matty Briggs, and just waiting for a couple of them to go through as we now see Ben Shingler heading back. And the practice session is over for the Masters and the Veterans Championship, proudly brought to us by Beautiful Kitchens and Diamond Design. Riders getting ready now for the NR Metal Recyclers MX1 Championship for 2019. There'll be events 6, 12 and 18 on your program today. We give the riders now, as we have them listed down here. Josh Adams riding bike number 5 today for B Firm NRG and Just One Dunlop Tyres. Well done, Josh, riding on bike number 5 today. David Birch is back, series championship winner for 2018. Back on the job again today for Power On Cabling and Fabric Films. Oliver James riding on bike number 7 for Bunbury Suzuki. Great to have the Southwest sponsorship deal here with the Southwest companies. Ardros Tyre Service for Oliver James as well. Mario DeCole racing today for Unique Racing, and of course Mandurah City KTM. Luke Davis riding on bike number 14. He's an addition to the program, going in after number 12, Mario. So Luke Davis ready to go on bike number 14. Michael Mann running today for B Firm NRG, JMS Suspension and Power On Cabling. Stephen Pocock running number 23 today for Airblast Australia, Faint Obsession and Oakley. Hayden James, well, he's looked after by the good people of Bunbury. Well done to Hayden riding on bike number 29 today. Dane Cutts. We're talking about the Cutts family before, and great to have one of their people still involved in motocross here in Western Australia. For MJP Flagging Proprietor, Dane Cutts on bike number 31 today. Dylan Sexton back on board again, the Bunbury KTM and the Body Genius Institute. Well, that sounds an interesting sponsorship deal, Dylan. We'll find out more about that a bit later on. Cullish Yamaha looking after Johnny Darrick today, riding today for suspension, Dyno Time Suspension, Side-Eye and Dragon. Austin Ridley for Meckware, Bunbury KTM and True Track. Bryn Cutts, so we've got 2 members of the Cutts family out there in this group. Bryn riding on bike number 52, and of course the other rider is Dane on 31. Bryn looking for a sponsor out there. Charlie Creech back on the board again for us. Well done, Charlie. Riding today for the underclass Husqvarna .motorcycles.australia. Well, .oz. That's pretty hard to say in one big mouthful, but never mind. Julian Kataya riding today for Cullies Yamaha. Ashley Whistler on bike number 70. Regan Duffy. Julian was involved in some other involvement in sport in Speedway at one stage. Julian Kataya riding on bike number 59 today. Ashley Whistler on number 70. Regan Duffy back on board for Raceline Oakley Thor Cassins. And Mandurah City KTM. Liam Whistler, so we got 2 Whistlers in the same group, 70 and 77. Ashley's on 70. Liam Whistler on board number 77 today for Mum and Dad, brother, sister, Nana, Uncle Bazza, Artie Shezza, Kevin, all the boys. Anybody else we've forgotten, Liam? I hope we got them all in for you, mate. Anthony Rubotham for 5-star Yamaha. Anthony Hicks for As Form on bike number 99. Matt Fabry right down the bottom of the page here today for B Firm NRG Yamaha team. Matt Fabry did it very, very well in 2018, and we'll see how things go in 2019. Cara Katz, could you please report to the tower straight away? Cara Katz, report to the bottom of the tower immediately, please. We're looking for you straight away, or somebody is anyway. All right. Anthony Hicks for Asform on bike number 99. Matty Fabry, we spoke about before, for B Firm and the NRG Yamaha team. And don't forget, B Firm NRG, make sure I get my little supply of drink a little bit later on. Pierce Biffin on bike 152. Kyle Schoenried running today for Rick Gill Honda. And Danny Mays rounds them out. The obviously a Kalgoorlie-based rider today for Raymore Motorcycles up there on Boulder Road in Kalgoorlie, riding on bike number 196 today, Danny Mays. Let him go for the first practice session, and Regan Duffy for Raceline Oakley Thor Cassins got away to a great start. Remember, 1 lap following behind the vehicle out in front. the sweep. He dictates the pace. Whatever speed the sweep goes, the others follow through. No need to get away early. Luke Davis getting going very nicely indeed out there, and Pierce Biffin, as we said before, no need to get going. Print cuts. Some of them wait right until the very end before they get mobile on the race circuit. One of those riders. So there you go. The infield crew heading across the track now. Got a little safety area designated right opposite the PA box here on the finish line. Just up, and that's where all our crews get. Those that have got the message boards, the signs, etc. And we'll be keeping a close eye out on how they go today, both in and around the circuit. So the number one bike rider, David Birch. Got him listed down here on bike number 30. Call him number one, number 30, what you like. But David Birch had a tremendous season in 2018. Is he going to repeat it this year? Well, we're not too sure. In other words, everybody else is getting quicker and quicker and faster. Birch is going to have to work hard. He wants to retain the title for 2019. And just well done for David Birch. As we said, I've got to have a look, see next time he comes around to see whether he's running under 1 or 30. Listen down here in the program. Some quick movers already getting amongst it. Matty Fabry, of course, he might be listed down in the program because he's got a pretty big number. But look at this here. Oh, don't get too close to the sweep. They're under strict instruction, the riders out there, not to get too close to the sweep, and certainly do not pass him until the one lap board comes up. Clark of the course having a real quick look at the guys who were getting very close to the sweep there, and probably saying the riders out there, come on guys, this is your MX1 championship riders out there. Get off the track so we can get a move on. Get the throttle wide open on the bikes out there. Matty Fabry got away to a good start. David Birch also pretty well mobile out there in this group of riders. Dane Cutts getting going in number 31 for MJP Flagging Proprietary Limited. Gee, there's a big lot of riders out there. Luke Davis is the unknown on bike number 14 at the moment. Oliver James just taking things a little steady at the moment. In our metal recycling, and we can tell you more about the rest of the riders in this group, of course. Daniel Guy running on bike 236 today for Pure Steel Sheds. Dylan Thomas for Risk Racing. Stuart Erdley Wilmot on bike 333. We've got some Erdley Wilmots living down at Biddingup Way. Callan Murphy on 334 for Mobile One Statewide Oils. Tani Makara riding for Pit Vipers. Cameron Wilshire for Full Throttle Auto. Caleb Mills for 5-Star Yamaha and Dyno Time Suspension. Johnny Blinko racing today for Busselton Motorcycles. Braden Wilson for Rhino Earth Moving and Rikers Motocross Academy. Benjamin Trelaw's out there on 764. We saw him going through. Sean Snow for Little J's Jersey Prince on bike 818. And rounding them out in this group of riders, the MX1 group, Josh Courtney on bike 991 for Twisted Moto, and done a lot well, not wasting any time and certainly getting on with the job out there. Yes, sirree. They're certainly getting amongst it out there. Birchie go very well. The number one listed rider out there. Regan Duffy, Matt Fabry, Charlie Creech, Dylan Sexton. Whoo! They're setting the cat amongst the pigeons already. And just indicating to the other riders out there, hey guys, if you want to be part of the MX1 Championship, you're going to have to get right on the move and follow us through, because we are green, and we are going very quickly. Stuart Early Wilmot out there on 333. Josh Adams back on bike number 5, which is good stuff. Austin Ridley as well competing today. Hi there, Austin. Hope it's going all right for you. Bike number 50 today for Metware and Bunbury KTM. Gee, they're spread out all over the track here. Ashley and Liam Whistler. One's on 70, one's on 77. Cullen Murphy, Stephen Pocock. Anthony Hicks has gone through. So has Oliver James. And a fairly big field of riders out there. And there's the guy that we were talking about a little while ago, Brent Cutts. Well done. Keep up the good work, everybody out there who distribute riders for the Recyclers Championship, MX1 Championship for 2019. And this event proudly brought to us by NR Metal Recycling. And gee, great to have them involved for 2019. And we'll be telling you more about them a little bit later on the program today, but Metal Recycling part of Motocross for 2019. They're just indicating to Regan Duffy that he needs to get a bit of a wriggle on there. We want to see what this bike can do, Regan. So he's been told by the pit crew to crank it up a little bit here, and he's done so accordingly. Got it wrapped up and going pretty quickly out there at the moment. They're saying this bike is ready to work and work for you. You just got to run it and run it hard. And that's exactly what Regan Duffy is doing out there at the moment. Very talented competitor, along with a number of riders out there in the MX1 Championship round for 2019. This is our first event for the season here, and we do hope that you're going to be able to follow us through for the rest of the season. And remember, 4-Star Media, Colin Balshaw and the boys and girls here today, live streaming via You're Live on Camera. Thank you very much for being involved, and we hope that works out all right for you. One of the other riders up there had a bit of misfortune and failed to go around the corner. That was Liam Whistler. He's in trouble. Run out of tear-offs up there. He's going to give him a bit of a clean. Good to carry the hanky in the back pocket out there. Once he's done that, he'll get going again. Liam Whistler on board number 77. Paces Cracker Jack out in front, setting the pace. On lap number 2, Regan Duffy went around in a 147.149. 147.149. Regan Duffy pretty quick on the race circuit here at the moment. They're on lap number 3, so it'll rapidly draw to a halt. This practice session in just a moment, as we see now Charlie Gooch has gone through, Josh Adams, Daniel Guy, Austin Ridley, and the number 12 of Mario DeCole out there in the black and white colours. Couple of them, a bit of work to do to be up to scratch for the races a little bit later on. Benjamin Trelaw, a lot of these riders have never raced on this circuit before, so it's new to them. They've got to dial themselves in, and we'll see how they go. And as we said before, some of these riders have not taken part in the series before, and it's just great to have them involved and being on board with us here this afternoon for round 1 of the Make Smoking History Championship round for 2019. Proudly brought to us by WA Motocross in WA. The State Sydney Motocross round, number 1 here at the Coaster Motocross Club, celebrating 100 years of motocross. And to help celebrate, we'd like you to go along and grab a stubby holder up in the canteen. They've got those available if you want to grab one to just tell everybody that might have been on the scene what was happening 100 years ago. Got some beautiful stuff written on the outside of the stubbies to celebrate 100 years of motorsport. In fact, motocross racing here in Western Australia started out in Fremantle in the year of 1919. Cara Katz, you're required at the tower, please. Cara Katz, could you please report to the bottom of the PA box or the tower? We need you straight away. Cara Katz. Just another quick reminder to the canteen people, they've been on the job very early this morning and they've got plenty of hot food available. If you want to get a toasty, if you're a bit late for brekkie, we can get up there right away because they've got bacon and egg burgers available for you right now and lots of hot and cold drinks. And you can get up there right now. They've got all those available up in the canteen. As we said before, they don't see much of the racing. They rely on us to let them know what's going on. And we tell you about the food as well up there. So please get up to the canteen, say hello to the good people up there and grab yourself something to eat or drink right now. Our man up the top there is a bit quiet up there in the coffee machine. So please get up there in the coffee machine. Did I say that? I meant the ice cream machine. Different coloured van than the one we had yesterday, so if you're feeling a little bit like an ice cream right now, get up there and have one real early. If you're going to need a sugar fix, do that right now. And of course, don't forget Sam Robbins up here in the Cafe to You. Don't give her a call now because she's busy, but you can ring her on 1300 Cafe to You and put your order in for coffee. She might be a bit busy to be able to answer the phone. Oh, looks like she's got a pretty capable assistant down there as well this time. Robbo, can you make a brew? You can get down there and give him a hand in the coffee machine. Say hello to Sam. He'd love to talk to you. All in readiness for the start of the Makes Making History State Senior Motocross round number 1 here at Coastal Motocross Club. And our guys gals are ready for the very first event, about to get underway, which is the quad. So this practice session rapidly drawing to a halt and will be underway in just a moment or two. As we mentioned before, that brings to a close our practice session here at Coastal Motorcycle Club. Gee, I got to say, it's terrific to see. The parking is already at its peak, and do you know what? In the 70s and the 80s, I can remember going up the top part of there, and there wasn't much room. Look what's happened up there this morning. Same. Terrific. Thank you very much for your support for the very first round of the Make Smoking History State Senior Motocross here at Coastal Motorcycle Club. And of course, they're celebrating 100 years of motorsport here in Western Australia. I probably can't say motocross. I guess I can. Yeah, 100 years ago, they were riding motocross bicycles out here, and not here, just up the road in Freo, when Freo was just a little town, wasn't even a city in those days 100 years ago, and great to be celebrating that down here with the opening round of the 2019 Make Smoking State Senior Motocross round. We had a wonderful day's racing here yesterday, and it was really great to have everybody involved with motocross, and we'd like to say hello to everybody from WA Motocross, Motorcycling WA, and of course Motorcycling Australia, all part of one big family here. Pit crews, if you can just hurry across the track there. We're about to go to the National Anthem, so if you could do that quickly. Make sure you allow a bit of room for the sweep to go through. Well, a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys. Again, back here at Coastal Motorcycle Club, and we're about to get underway with our very first event of the day. Would you please, wherever you are, remove your headgear and please stand by for the National Anthem. Thank you very much, and a very good morning once again to you all. Here we go. Bikes are getting ready. The quads for the very first event of the day here, the 2019 Brilliant Logistic Quad Championship. Have we got some terrific riders here? Chris Bosnakis riding with bike number 1, current WA champion in this division. Luke Caseford on number 14. Jacob Bazusto, Blake Croonan. Jay Dowsett out there on number 37. Zachary Croonan on board, number 42, Michael Murphy, Flynn Burton. Daryl Marangioni riding for Turtle Racing. We've got the 5-second board up. We're about to get going. We're going to thunder down under. Oh, yeah, look at him go through the first part there. Jacob Bazusto was the whole shot winner. And, gee, what a great start to Bazusto there. Up high around the outside. That's Gateson going through on the inside. A beautiful start to this one here. Bazusto took the high line. Gateson up there with a big move. I tell you what, this is awesome stuff so far. Bosnakis with a great start to this one here, along with Blake Croonan, Jay Dowsett doing it very good. Luke Caseford a little apprehensive at the beginning there, but he's settled in very, very nicely out there. They've moved quickly into the Indian file format here for Brutal Logistics. This is the first event of the day. It's going to be a terrific race meet. I'll have a look in a moment or two to find out how many laps we're going to do in this journey here, this beautifully prepared circuit. They worked on it right on from about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon to make it right for what is going to be a terrific race meeting here this morning and this afternoon. And very quickly they get pretty high over the big tabletop right behind the Ford Hold Wreckers sign as they head up around past the Kerr Engineering sign as they head up towards Discovery Parks Australia. Big jump up the top there. We'll see whether these guys are capable of getting up high. Yep, probably taking a couple of laps to get dialed in properly for the racing circuit here today. Just awesome stuff. And gee, I tell you what, a bit of dust over there. I hope everything's all right. One of the riders gone out very wide, and I don't know where they finished up. Hope they got back on the track all right. I was following the dust through, and yep, can't see anybody over there. The flag marshal would have jumped up, I'm sure, if it had been a problem. A pretty good start out here, and I would say this is our current #1 title holder. Doing it well at the moment out there. We've got Bosnakis, Gatesford and Bazusto, and Blake Croonan also honk along pretty nicely out there from Andrew City Yamaha is the crew as they come around underneath that bridge now for what will be their first lap. Coming up here, someone's in trouble right opposite, halfway across the track there in the back part of the circuit. They'll need to get that bike up and out of the way. Our infield officials moving in the line here. Not much separating first from second. I can tell you that they're doing pretty well at the moment. #1 breastplate holder. Doing it very well. What a colourful outfit these guys have got. Bruton Logistics doing it very well here. Bosnakis across the line. His first lap time was a 2-minute 14:8.59. 2 minutes 14:8.59 for lap #1 for Chris Bosnakis, hotly pursued by Gatesford and Jacob Bazusto. Still putting in a real good run there. Bazusto getting it going. He's on the white machine out there at the moment, and he's moving pretty quickly. And Jay Dowsett in number 37. And I think Jay is one of the top competitors in this group, and he'll feature probably in the placings a little bit later on. We'll see what Bazusto can do here. A bit of a match race out in front at the moment, still with a standard rider stuck in the middle of the track here. I think he's waiting for the pit crew to get over there and give him a bit of a hand to get his machine going. I don't know if he's got a flat tyre or his wheels fallen off, but something has gone fairly well adrift in that little machine down the bottom there. Bosnakis heading up the back part of the circuit pretty well. The small tabletop over there. Luke Gatesford, cool, clear and consistent. He's up there in second position, and he'll just keep it going very nicely out there at the moment. We won't do anything silly, and of course he's one of our great competitors in the Bruton Logistics Quad Championship for 2019. Great to have such a terrific field involved. Jacob Bazusto, of course, sponsored by Chalky's Old School Garage. Where are you, Chalky? And looking for him today, Switchcraft Racing, Blake Croonan on board number 27, and just having a bit of a look, see how things are going out there. It's Blake Croonan at the tail of the pack. Looks like Ashley Cudale must have been the rider that got into strife down the bottom there, and Ashley, I think, is saying, hey guys, can you come over and give me a hand, I'm stuck. And Ashley's got to bail out, and I would say that we're going to move the machine out of the way. It won't go. And rider and infield people assisting out there to get the machine up and out of the way, and that is done. And I would say that's unfortunately a non-finish there for Ashley Cudale. What did I tell you about Luke Gatesford? Side-by-side stuff here. Man, Gatesford jumped into the lead here. Well, yeah, and he gave him a big spray of sand as he went around the corner there. Chris Bosnakis, he's got the job to do now. Back in posse number 2, Luke Gatesford with superb riding out there, has jumped into the lead. And I'll tell you what, he's going to take a power beating from this point onwards. Bosnakis has got the job to do out there at the moment. Bazusto handling the situation pretty well as he gets mobile on the track here. Jay Dowsett doing okay as well in that top 4 at the moment. And the stranded rider stuck on the side of the track but out of harm's way, and as we mentioned before, that would be Ashley Cudale for Legend Quad Services that's stranded out there right in the middle of the circuit there, unable to participate anymore in this particular event for Bruton Logistics, the Quad Championship 2019 Event 1, and this of course is round 1 here at the Coastal Motorcycle Club. Up round the back part of the circuit they go. Gatesford only just in front of Bosnakis. He must have had a bit of a problem out there, Bosnakis, at the start, because they're keeping it very close together, and this is just awesome stuff for Bruton Logistics 2019. Certainly going to be an action here if these two are going to be so close right throughout in the competition here. Luke Gaisford took him a half a lap to get into the lead here, and Bosnakis going pretty well at the moment, but Gaisford always cool out there and just keeps that throttle wrapped on. And I can remember this guy when he had his first ever race. Now, that was a couple of years ago, and look what he's gone on to do. Some tremendous wins and credits for Luke Gaisford, and all part of Rockingham Science, Sports Style Media, and Hardiman ATV. Getting right behind Luke Gaisford in his racing career here. Gaisford out in front from Chris Bosnakis, Jay Dowsett, Jacob Bazasto, and Flynn Burton starting to feature amongst that group of riders up there. Gaisford goes through underneath the start-finish line here. Well, the finish line anyway. Past the Smoking history signs and head up to the top part of the circuit here. And as we said before, the job on now for Chris Bosnakis, who's riding today for Native Concepts and Stitchcraft Racing. Bosnakis with the task ahead of him. There's probably about 2 bike lengths separating those two at the moment on the race circuit. So they got a fair bit of work to do. The guy back in second at the moment, Chris Bosnakis. Bazasto is up there, and he is firing around here pretty quickly indeed on the racetrack. Flynn Burton goes through. Let's have a look, see where Flynn is situated. Flynn's in 5th position, so the rider in front of Flynn is Jay Dowsett. And Jay is out there in the orange gear, working out where things are and where we are in the right perspective out there at the moment. So pretty good run here for the very first event today for Brudham Logistics. Gaisford out in front of Bosnakis. Back to Jacob Azusto, Jay Dowsett, Flynn Burton, Zachary Croonan, and Anthony Case is just gone through there. Anthony keeping the pressure up. Anthony is the guy out there in the orange, and he's pretty easy to spot wherever he might be on the race circuit. Anthony, as Michael Murphy goes through, waiting now for, Jack Gasky and Daryl Marangiani. I missed out on Ashley Cudell. I thought Ashley might have been the stranded rider, but we'll find out exactly where we're going at the moment. Maybe they've been able to get Ashley's machine going, or the stranded machine anyway. Big pass up on the outside there to Jack Gasky. And Daryl Marangiani for Turtle Racing has gone through. Jack Gasky has dropped down the placings a little bit here, so we've got all riders okay out there at the moment and just doing well. And if you want to know where the race leader is, he's just heading up past the canteen now with a beautiful, awesome ride. Now about 3 bike lengths in front at the moment, so this is an awesome display by Bosnakis and Gaisford. Gaisford superior with the track knowledge here. He's put plenty of laps into this particular circuit here at Coastal Motorcycle Club, and great to see him doing so very well in the Brudham Logistics Quad Championship for 2019. Back in 3rd now is Bazasto, walking along nicely, and Bazasto has been able to get past Jay Dowsett. Jay's out there with the purpley coloured gear on. I guess he might be a Docker supporter. They'd be pretty happy with their big win last night. I was able to watch the last half of that on telly, and it wasn't too bad either. So Bazasto, a young man from out of the southwest, and he's sponsored by TJO Race Fabrication and Rebright Automotive. So he's doing okay in the journey today, as we see Flynn Burton go charging on through, and we're going to have a bit of a look and see how we're going for the race lead. Look at that now. They're starting to get amongst the lap traffic out there. Gaisford has slipped it up a notch or two in the gearing and starting to move around the track fairly quickly at the moment and fighting back Bosnakis. He said, you're not going to get away that much to a lead in front of me, buddy. I'm going to keep this right up to you at the moment as they make their way around what's probably going to be a pretty rough section of the race circuit here as they head on the switchback section and head up the top part of the track past the Smoking history sign. Oh, all of a sudden now Bosnakis right on the pressure. A bit of side-by-side stuff here. Well, one's up high, one's down low. Change in the lead here. Look at that. It's going to be great stuff. Look at Forum under the bridge here, folks. Close together. Woo, yeah. Now Gaisford's got a job to do. Bosnakis has suddenly wrapped on the throttle, and he started coming on strong about a quarter of a lap ago, and now he has got the bike working and working very well. Gaisford, I don't know whether he's got some problems out there or issues, but he's certainly not going as quick as what he was about 1.5 minutes ago on the race circuit. Up past past the Planet Melville sign, and Gatesford is in pursuit now of Chris Bosnakis, who got away that lap and going along pretty nicely. Here's Jacob Pizzusto coming across. He's fairly sedate, not wrapping it on too strong out there at the moment, and I think Jacob's saying, well, that's that, a lot of tear-offs gone. I'll see how I go with a bit more of the situation. It was Daryl Marangione that threw his gear off up there as Jack Gaskin goes through. Jacob Pizzusto is the rider that's going right through right now. He's back in third. So it just goes to show you, folks, how much of a lead the riders running 1 and 2 have got out there at the moment. Gatesford put in some pretty good laps out there in the first part of the journey here for Britain Logistics Quad Championship 2019. And at this stage now, Chris Bosnakis racing today for Stitchcraft Racing and Legend Quad Services has really got that going like a rocket ship out in front. So he heads onto the real back part of the circuit, past the Discovery Parks Australia sign over there, and just have a look at the break that he's got at the moment. As we said before, yesterday during the call, once you get back in the second position here, you've got a bit of a challenge on there. You've got to either work hard and get to the lead or stick behind and hope that things are going to work out for you. At the moment, Gates back in second, Bosnakis leading, Pizzusto a little bit off the pace at the moment. We'll have a look at the fourth place rider in the event at the moment, Jay Dowson, always very consistent, Jay, but at the moment, no match for Bosnakis and Gatesford, who have got really on with the job. Behind Jay, back in fifth position is Flynn Burton and Zachary Croonan. The other riders have gone through, Daryl Marangione, and he's only on his fourth lap. So Croonan doing okay out there at the moment for sixth posse on bike number 42, and that's the rider that's just gone through. What all happens? Looking to see what happens here. Last lap board is out for everybody else. Checkered flag. Big win there. Chris Bosnakis first across the line with an absolutely fantastic ride. Luke Gatesford said, whoa, if that's what it's going to be like, mate, I'm going to have to work a tad harder in the journey. So Bosnakis with a win for Britain Logistics Quad Championship for 2019. Chris Bosnakis back to Luke Gatesford in second position. Jacob Pizzusto will get third when he gets around here on bike number 20. And Jay Dowsett will take out fourth place in the very first event on the program today, and the first event in the seniors for 2019. And this event proudly brought to us by Make Smoking History. So the quad riders now making their way back into the pit area. We'd like to tell everybody now, of course, event 2 on the program today, the Amateur Cup for 2019, and it's looking pretty good out there. We've got quite a few riders in that group. Additions to the program, Justin Denning riding on bike 497 today, Hayden Buck on 418. I can remember the Buck family being part of motocross down the southwest some time ago. Great to have a representative of the Buck family today on bike 418. Mason Lawrence riding on 997. Barry Murphy on 988 today for Mick Murphy Plant Repairs. Clint Carty on 904. Josh Rasmussen looking for a sponsor on board 815. Reese Lawrence for NZRJL Hydraulics. Andrea Monty racing today for Arn Decorating Services. Matt O'Loughlin, thank you very much to Swanee D. Bruce. Cam Van Stan running today for Mototune Performance on bike 505. Jaden Comido running today for TJO Custom Race Fab. Jacob Whaley on board the Bottle Feed Performance and 2J Auto Centre. So he's up in the country area with us today. Daniel Wright on 337. Judd Sperling on 336. Jackson Hawley riding today for My Fat Wallet. That must be his fat wallet. Jackson, well done on bike 327 today in the Amateur Cup. Stefan Wiseback running today for Motorhouse Warehouse WB. Tane Kings is listed down in the program on bike 292. In fact, Tane will be running on bike 92 today. Bike 92 for Tane Kings for Yilgarn Plumbing and Gas. And of course, Dunning's Fuel, Meriden Tyre Right. Declan Hepworth running today for Albany Motorcycles, CNC Machinery, and Bremer Bay Beaches and Resort and Tourist Park. Well, that's a big lot to say, but never mind. Wonderful place at Bremer Bay. And Brandon Campbell, sponsored by Not My Mum. 15-second board up in the air. Amateurs about to get underway. Now we're down to 5. Are we set for a quick dispatch in this lot? Yep, not wasting any time. Who's going to win the whole shot in this lot here? Great start out there, and Stephen Wiseback for Motor Warehouse WB has jumped into the lead there with a brilliant start for Planet Melville Honda. The other riders that went across there very quickly was Declan Hepworth, Tane Kings, and Judd Sperling. Now, we're not sure whether one of the riders has not got something got up there, but Jacob Waitley was a little apprehensive to get going there as well. So Stephen has done it very well, and as they head down the back part of the circuit for the very first time, it's a great start, and I'm pretty sure that Stephen Weisberg is going to be the race leader coming around for the first lap into this one anyway. There's a couple of interesting names in this lot, and as we said before, it's an amateur cup. That means that these riders will be maybe riders of the future. We'll have to see what happens, but at the moment they're racing for whatever's up for grabs in the Amateur Cup, whether it be a trophy or whatever. So well done, and congratulations to all the riders out there for nominating in the Amateur Cup. It's great to have such a big field and part of the 2019 Most Motocross Series here for and on behalf of WA Motocross and Motorcycling WA. Up round the hill we go. Look at this, a change in the lead. A bit of side-by-side stuff again over there. And they're wrapping it on. The top 3 riders anyway at the moment. Well, the first 3 riders as they make their way around this circuit here. Purpose-built circuit. Beautifully prepared, 100% soil. I can say that last year I wasn't quite sure, and they've done a wonderful job once again in the track preparation here at Coastal Motorcycle Club as they head around past the Make Smoking History sign and head underneath the Coastal Motorcycle Club bridge for the very first time and the very opening lap in the Amateur Cup for 2019. A pretty good start in this one. And I tell you what, they're getting right on with the job out there. Race leader. In fact, the top 4 or 5 bikes are going to go around here with a matter of seconds separating those 2 at the moment. A very good start to Declan Hepworth. Look at him go. Hepworth dialed into the track right at the moment. Back to Tane Kings, Jacob Waitley, Jackson Horwilly going through there. Stephen Wiseback, who was the early pace setter, he's back in about 4th or 5th position at the moment. But Declan Hepworth, oh yeah, look at this stuff. Champagne Racing, both on those 2 identically coloured bikes out there, the KTMs, they're going well. Hepworth and Tane Kings. And Tane Kings looks like he wants a bit of a challenge on here at the moment. So we're going all right at the moment. Jacob Waitley, I can remember him competing last year. So things are looking very good in the Amateur Cup for 2019. A couple of the riders with a few issues here. One of them heading through there. We're just going to quick have a look and see whether we can find his number up. We'll find him next time he comes around. At the moment, race lead and the second posse looking very interesting, chopping and changing. Look at them go. Absolutely locked up these front 2 riders at the moment. Hepworth and Kings keeping it going very nicely out there. Almost identical tops they got on out there at the moment as well, and it makes it interesting indeed for Graham to work out whether Declan Hepworth or Tane Kings is into the lead. Let's see what Jacob Waitley, Jackson Horwilly and Stephen Wiseback and Cam Van Steen can do. They round out the top 6 for the first well, they're on to their second lap now, the Amateur Cup for 2019. And this event, of course, proudly brought to us by Make Smoking History and held here at the wonderful Coastal Motorcycle Club, celebrating 100 years of motocross racing here in Western Australia in this area or region because it's started off in Fremantle before they actually finished up down here in this wonderful venue. They've been to a couple around the place, and we've certainly been to a couple of their meetings over the years gone by here at the Coastal Motorcycle Club, and very much I saw some history of this club one year when I hopped onto a Facebook site and had a look, and there was George Grulicic, the late George Grulicic, and Con Migro commentating what was an absolutely awesome motocross meet. Tane Kings going along nicely at the moment. Jackson Horwilly is up there and he's moved a position or 2 up there. So Jackson Horwilly now on bike 327. He's the one that's in second position at the moment. Obviously, some of the riders out there having a few issues. Tane Kings is certainly wrapping it up, and I would hazard the guess that Tane is probably not very old, the way that I can see his body moving around on that machine out there at the moment. And I'm not sure of the age category of these riders in the Amateur Cup, but certainly Tane King's doing it well at the moment. Let's see what Jackson Horwilly can do behind him in second posse. There's about 3 or 4 bike lengths separating first from second at the moment. And Horwilly with the job to do. Tane King's looking pretty good out there at the moment. He would have to be related to the Kings family from up in Southern Crossway, I'm sure about that. There wouldn't be a motocross meeting happening in anywhere in Western Australia without a member of the Kings or the Cutts family being involved, which is just awesome here. Now, Tane Kings is starting to get himself mobile out in front. Very comfortable on board that machine at the moment. And as they make their way downhill here, it's a pretty steep incline as they get onto the lower half of the circuit here and head around before they go back up the top and past the smoke-free WA sign. Very good riding so far. Kings is up high 1 minute. Next minute he's down low, so he's ducking and diving all over the circuit, looking for where he might get the best drive around this circuit here at the moment. And the rider that's putting in a very good performance is Jackson Horwilly. Declan Hepworth was out in front there for a little while with Cam Vanstone and Stefan Weisbach, but they've got a job to do to make up the field at this stage. The race leader, well, just turning on a pretty good display of motocross riding at its very best here. This will be the race leader. Right in front of our starting gates, coming around onto the main straight here. That's Stewie Straight here at Coastal Motorcycle Club. Right on the job, as we've mentioned before, Tane Kings for Yulgarn Plumbing and Gas. Comes from the Richie Kings area up in Southern Cross, and it's great to have them back on board with us here. A member of the Kings family, as we said before, Blackman Fabrication. Oh, they're well known in the Speedway game. Phil Blackman and the crew. Great stuff to have them involved in motocross and associated with Tane Kings in motocross racing, who is currently our race leader for the Amateur Cup for 2019. Tane Kings out front from Jackson Horwilly, Declan Hepworth, back to Cam Vanstone, Stefan Weisbach, and rounding out the top 6, Brandon Campbell, who is making a bit of a late entry up there, and he of course is on 232 at the moment, sponsored by not his mum. Yep, so it's great stuff so far for round number 1. This is the second part of the meet, second event on the program here, and the rider has come down a pretty big way. Our man, Paul Donoghue, having a bit of a look at proceedings out there, make sure everything is okay in regard to the fallen rider who's got back on the bike. That's sometimes the best thing to do when you come off in a big way. Get back on the beast and get it working and working well for you. We're going to have a bit of a look and see how things are going at the moment, but a pretty awesome display of riding out there at the moment by Tane Kings, who is certainly getting used to competing in a pretty quick way on the race circuit here at Coastal Motorcycle Club here for the first round for 2019. And the rider just going through there was Barry Murphy. And back a little bit further to Daniel Wright. A couple of the others have got a few problems out there. Jaden Comito's still going out there with Manny O'Loughlin and Daniel Wright. As we see now, Tane Kings getting around here one more time and certainly getting on with the job of being out in front. Daniel Wright goes through. Race leader, this is him coming around now. Fast, superior, and going very well at the moment. Tane Kings. Oh, yeah, look at him go. Oh! Is that the race leader? Someone's come down in a big way. Got to get up in a hurry and get back on board. Oh, change. Cam Vanstone has gone through. Tane Kings, Jackson Horwilly, and Declan Hepworth. It must have been Stefan that's got into strife out there, I think, at the stage. Never mind. Got the machine back and running. So I've got a new race leader now, Cam Vanstone. Vanstone family, synonymous with motorsport here in WA. And we'll have to catch up with the Vanstone family a bit later on. They're involved in Speedway for a while, motocross. And good to have them involved. So Kings back on the bike. And when they went through, he was back in second, and guess what? He was about 2.62 seconds off the pace. So certainly got a job to do. Just checking whether our man can cross the track okay. Yep. So Jackson Hawley doing okay with Dylan Hepworth, Stephen Wiseback, Brandon Campbell. Judd Sperling now gets up into the top 7, and that makes it interesting indeed. But we're going to see what Cam Vanstad can do now from this point onwards. Having a bit of a look in the program here where he's nominated. He's sponsored by Savage Motorcycles and Motor Tune Performance, so they've got the bike working well for him at the moment. Cam Vanstand in the lead and going along pretty nicely at the moment. The rider that's gone through is Justin Denning. Justin's back in 10th spot. Certainly got a job ahead of him at the moment because Vanstand is getting around here very quickly. It's a matter of whether Tane Kings can get back and get that lead back again. At the moment, they're all on their 4th lap, with the exception of a couple of the other riders who are still on lap number 3. So Vanstand now doing okay, and I'll now have a look at the window and see whether Vanstand has been able to hold that lead or Tane Kings has jumped back in there. It won't be too long before they make their way around here one more time, and in fact they'll be running this time for the last lap board for the Amateur Cup for 2019. This has got to be the race leader coming up now. Last lap for everybody else. Checkered flag for the race winner. Oh, the big prang. A big prang, and I think the race leader might be involved out there. The checkered flag comes out, and the big winner, Jackson Hawley. Jackson Hawley across the line. Cam Vanstand and Tane Kings are the 2 riders that's come down. Oh dear, that was the first and the second place rider that have come down, and that is very, very unfortunate. They get the bikes going, they might salvage something, but at the moment, Vanstand and Kings down. Hepworth has gone through in 2nd position. Stephen Wiseback has jumped up in there in the end, the latter part of the journey, to take out 3rd from Jacob Waitley. And they've not been able to get him going here, so that's a tragedy. Oh dear. And still one of them going. One of them's got across the line here, but there you go. Place getters in the Amateur Cup very quickly now. Jackson Hawley across the line. Back to Declan Hepworth, Stephen Wiseback, and Jacob Waitley, your top 4 in the 2019 Amateur Cup. And boy, oh boy, what a run there from the number 92 rider out there, Tane Kings. Wondering where it all went wrong. He'll be all right. Suffering a little bit out there. It was a pretty big, hefty rollover, and he'd probably head over to the first aid tent. If he's not favouring that left arm, I'll walk to China. We'll see how he goes anyway. Tane Kings and number 92 got into stride, and of course that paid to any chance he had of taking out the victory. So congratulations, Jackson Hawley over Declan Hepworth and Stephen Wiseback, first of our 1, 2 and 3s in the 2019 Amateur Cup in the Smoking History State Senior Motocross Championship, round 1, right here at Coastal Motorcycle Club. Well, we'll give you a bit of a chance to tell me what's happening here. We've got the riders up and ready for event 3 on the program today, the 2019 Motul and Pirelli MX2 Championship. Michael Zawada on bike number 5 for Savage Motorcycles and JC Performance Heads. Cody Higgs running on bike number 7 from Andrew City Yamaha and Kayla. Reese Burnett on board bike number 14 today for 14 MX. Track right. Well, they're involved in Speedway, so good to see them involved in motocross as well. PPL Global, Michelin, Pipe King, Dylan Fernio riding the number 20 machine today from Andrew City, KTM, and the Pajewski family, Jamie Higgs, number 22, still the checkered flag out there. Jamie Higgs on 22 for MX Inc. and Moto Tune Performance. Dean Porter. Oh, I know we've got a lot of Dean Porter fans out there. Back on the JOP. Great stuff to have you back involved in motocross racing here. Dean Ports for Pro Pleat seat covers, Golden Tyre and Moto Tune suspension. And of course, he's wearing viral brand goggles. Dean Porter, Brendan Bayliss, and number 35 for Bayliss Electrical Group in Mandurah City Yamaha. Corbin Wynert from down south there, riding today for Albany Motorcycles. 7 MX Australia, 60 helmets, track right suspension, looking after Corbin. And of course, great to have that family involvement. All right. Erhard Pajewski running today on bike number 64 for Beautiful Kitchen Designs. And of course, this event proudly brought to us by Motul and Pirelli. Well, we're set, 5-second board up. We're going to get going here. He's got to be a little bit rusty, Dean Porter. He hasn't been in the saddle for a little while. He's going to be up there and giving it his best shot. As they get going very nicely. Russell Scoble got going pretty quickly up there as we have a bit of a look. Porter very quickly didn't get the whole shot. That went to Reese Burnett, who really fired up well for 14 MX and Spy and Michelin. He got himself mobile up there very quickly. Oh, this is pretty tight racing out there. You can see Porter going like a retro rocket out there at the moment, back in second position, trying to work his way further than where he's sitting at the moment. Corbin Wynert's up there, Brandon Bayliss, Erhard Pajewski, Regan Duffy and Michael Zawada. I was probably looking at Michael Zawada to get going a little bit quicker on the bike, number 5, but never mind. He's out there and giving it his best shot at the moment. There isn't that much in the lead at the moment, but a pretty good start here from the veteran category, I guess. Well, I mean veteran, I'm not even sure how old he is, but Dean Porter's been in the game for a long, long time, and he has won the state title on numerous occasions, and it's just fantastic, race fans, to have Dean Porter back with us and competing hopefully on a very regular basis here at Motocross Racing in Western Australia. And I tell you what, I'm so excited that it's just unbelievable to have Porter back, and he provides the action. Oh, right, down in a fairly big way up there. He waits for the field to go by, and the bike's stranded right across the middle of the track there as he gets down and moves it out of the way. We've got a couple of riders with a few issues out there at the moment. That's just the way it goes in motocross racing. This is a pretty good start to this one here at the moment, and things are looking pretty good. If it's Reese Burnett, he is looking good for a tilt at the run a little bit later on. And what you got to watch out for is whether it's Reese Burnett in the lead. Yes, sirree, number 14. It's going to hit him up round the turn first time around. Burnett going very well at the moment. Big run on here from Corbin Wynert. Having a look, see who the rider was that got in a strife over there, and we can't work out what the situation is at the moment. They're moving around here fairly quickly. The bike that just went through was Chris Radico, almost a pretty good competitor as well for Rock Oil and Pro Twin Australia. But the race leader, Reese Burnett, Corbin Wynert is the rider that's up in the second position, so he's going okay and getting around this track fairly quickly indeed. Former junior competitor, racing the juniors with great style and finesse, and Corbin Wynert has obviously had a fair bit of practice in and around the circuit here. Robbo saying, come on, Corbin, get going. He's doing very well out there at the moment, and I don't think it's going to be long before this young man hits the lead. He is absolutely flying out there. Just having a look to see where Dylan Fernio is placed out there on the racetrack at the moment. He's probably a little bit off the pacing as we can't see where he is. Yep. He was holding down 7th posse when they went across the finish line here at Coastal Motorcycle Motocross Club. I like the word motorcycle. So it's very hard to say motocross. That's what it's all about. Coastal Motocross Club is where we're at for 2019 for the Motul and Pirelli MX2 Championship here. And this is anybody's race, the very first race in the series here for Motul and Pirelli. And at the moment, Reese Burnett, Corbin Wynert, Regan Duffy is up there in 3rd, and he's got a pretty good chance of being up there at the pointy end of the stick come trophy presentation time. Look at that, he's just decided to jump into the lead here with a paralysing burst of speed, and he's bolting along nicely at the moment. Now he's trying to take it a little bit easy out there as they went past one of the other riders. It's a little bit down on placings at the moment. Duffy's gone through. Corbin Wynert has also got himself mobile up there and is handling the situation pretty well, but not making wasting any time. Regan Duffy today for Berry Sweet Strawberry Farms and Cassins Australia, Oakley and Raceline Motorsport. Regan Duffy. Woo, yeah. He went over to the Nationals last year and performed very, very well. And great to see that he's back with us for the year 2019 in the Motul and Pirelli MX2 Championships. And he is going to give it a red-hot go to take out Event 1 for Round 1 for Motul and Pirelli in the MX2 Championship here. Duffy out front for Wynett at the moment, who is handling the situation very well. The Albany-based rider as they make their way around this purpose-built circuit here at Coastal Motocross Club. And we're here for 2019, the Making History State Senior Motocross Round. This is number 1. We hope that you're able to follow us through most of the rounds and keep up with the pace. As we get on with it here, this is event 3. Yep, having a look down here and trying to see where our race leader is going to be. They're getting the board ready, so it's not going to be too long before that number 72 bike heads on around this track here. Our people looking pretty wisely there as we see Revon New Ald go through on the Bolt everywhere, and Scully's racing bikes. Where is that 72 Rocket? Getting very close now. The team's getting ready to hold out the boards to indicate to the rider how they're going. The race leader doesn't need much out there at the moment. Race leader's taking it pretty cool. Got plenty in reserve. Regan Duffy just gets it going nicely up there. Big move on there from Corbin now, who is certainly off the pace in terms of being behind the race leader. Look at that. Bike number 30, Dean Porter, up in the third posse. So all of a sudden now, Porter starting to hit the straps. Going to take a little while. He's been out of it for over 12 months, maybe a little bit longer. And the opening round, you know, I look forward to seeing Dean Porter competing last year. And I'm just so rapt that he's back involved with the Motul and Pirelli MX2 Championship for 2019. At the moment, a very cool and comfortable race leader, Regan Duffy, for Raceline Motorsports, is honking along very nicely out in front at this stage and totally dominating at this stage. Event number 3 today. Just goes to show you, when you show a bit of form from last year, get back here for 2019 and boom, on with the job as Jake Woods goes sailing by, and Regan Duffy is on lap number 3 at the moment. Quickest time round he was on lap number 1, which is 1:53.19. So he's scooting around the track fairly quickly indeed, but I can tell you folks, he's taking it pretty easy off the front row at the moment. When I mean not on the front row, he's out of the lead and just moving around there very nicely indeed. A couple of the boards up there looking very good out there at the moment as the riders head on through, and they're saying to the rider of number 26, get going. That's unusual. I can't find him anywhere. Listen to my program. Yes, I can. Russell Scoble. Oh, he's the late nom, so he's on the other page. So Russell Scoble, got the lady pit crew out there, and letting him know that he can get going anytime that he likes. That's we see him getting ready down the bottom here. Our man's down the bottom with that board, looking very much like somebody that I know out there. He looks very much like Kevin Russell. We'll find out whether it's him or not a bit later on. There you go, Porter's gone through. That's a pretty tough competition, the Motul and Pirelli MX2 Championship for 2019. This is the opening stanza. Go, go, go. That's what they're saying to the rider. Go, go, go. And they're trying to crank it up out there at the moment, but Duffy certainly cool. And they're saying, keep going, bike number 14, you're doing all right. Reese Burnett, keep it going, Reese. You are doing pretty well. So Duffy's out front from Corman, Wynett, Dean Porter, Erhard Pajewski is up there. Dylan Hennessy, he's on bike number 4, and he's moving through the field. He's on bike 4, and he's in 4th position at the moment, so I'll have a bit of a look how he goes. He's looked after by Pirelli, Water on Wheels, and the Pajewski family. Dylan Fernio on the number 20 bike here at the place of pace today. Fantastic motocross racing here for Motul and Pirelli. The MX2 Championship here. Pretty open slather at the moment. Oh, there's a couple more bikes have gone down out in the middle. That does make it interesting indeed. Our man getting ready down the bottom here with that one lap board. It'll not be too long before he presents it for Regan Duffy to come through here. Gee, a big gaggle of bikes all going through there. One of them is pretty quick. The other one with a bit of work to do out there at the moment. And that's Jake Woods. So Duffy, Wynett, Porter, Majewski, Henderson and Forrester. They are top 6. Good to see Conan getting up there. And out amongst the top group of riders out there at the moment. Well, there you go. If you're wondering where the race leader was, it just zoomed by. So I'll keep our eyes out on things at the moment for the race leader. Duffy's gone through. Now Corbin, Wynett goes through. So that's the break between 1 and 2. Corbin quite content when he gets back in that coveted second position to take things just a little steady on the raceway. And the race leader certainly getting amongst the place getters up there. Now we've got to have a look-see for number 14. Just going through there, Reece Burnett, who has dropped off the pace somewhat as a couple of the other lapped riders went through. Go, go, go. They're trying to get Michael Zawada going a bit quicker. He's saying, I'm giving this thing a bit of stick coming up the main straight, but I can't do much about it. The other guys are just going so fast. Regan Duffy is getting around here in a pretty quick time. He is the race leader for Matel and Pirelli, the MX2 Championship, and he is doing it so very, very well on the racetrack at the moment. A couple of these riders, well, they'll be heading up there, and it looks like 529 is going to go back into the pits, and that will be their run for the day. Dylan Fernio just going through. Jesse Stammers comes out. Jesse worked fairly hard in that one, but all to no avail. So a couple of them got a bit of work to do to be amongst the leaders here at the moment. We didn't expect that it would be so influenced by Regan Duffy, who has had a devastating, an absolutely awesome start to round number 1 in motocross here for Matel and Pirelli, and he is just zooming along out there at the moment. Jamie Higgs goes through. Whoo, yeah. Excitement everywhere on the racetrack here at the moment. Nobody down, having a lay down on the job here at the moment. So they're all working very hard on the race circuit to keep themselves up in the air. One of the drivers had a bit of a pit stop up there to see how things are going. Just having a look-see now. I've got a funny feeling that Corbin Wynett has gone through. That means the race leader must have gone through. Duffy's gone through. He's on lap number 6. Lap number 2 is his quick time of 1:53.396. Duffy, Wynett, and Dean Porter still up there in third position. Porter giving it as much stick as what he can out there on the racetrack at the moment. Might be lacking a little bit of horsepower. Might need to make a few alterations. And just as we said before, great to have him back on board with us. At this stage, Corbin Wynett is 18 seconds off the pace, and we welcome Corbin into the senior ranks of motocross here in WA. Coming up through the junior ranks, and great to meet for the young man. For Matel and Pirelli, this is the MX2 Championship. Not much further to go in this big one here. To try and get a couple of these lap riders to get going as quickly as they possibly can at the moment. Fairly nifty race here for the Matel and Pirelli MX2 Championship. Oh, yep, as Dylan Fernio goes through. So we got Duffy, Wynett, Dean Porter. Dean Porter's about 25 seconds behind Corbin at the moment. And as we said before, well, behind the race leader. So bit of strategic planning on the part of the Porter Racing team here in WA to get the bike set for heat number 2. Coming up, that'll be event 9 on the program here today at Coastal Motocross Club. As we get ready, our man down the bottom. When is he going to hold up that last lap board? Jake Woods goes through. Man's having a look, I think, down the bottom there on the start line, not to see who's in front, to see how we're going. They'll just check things out. Absolutely. Regan Duffy is really blasting around this racetrack at the moment. There's your second place bike going through there. Corbin Wynett, he's got fairly hectic task to get past the race leader, who's already on his way around probably about a quarter lap in front at the moment, and taking it pretty easy. Corbin Wynett is trying to bridge the gap, but it's pretty hard at the moment, and certainly getting right up with the job, Regan Duffy at the moment for Raceline Motorsports, Oakley, Berry Sweet, and Berry Street Strawberry Farms and Mandurah City KTM. Looking after the club sponsors here, we're going to tell you more about 5staryamaha.com.au, Ford Hold Wreckers, Red Sand Supplies. Thank you very much for looking after us whenever we need any gear or stuff. Red Sand Supplies, they look after us, and we thank them very much here at the Coastal Motocross Club. Well, Regan Duffy, as I said before, is working the track so very, very well at the moment. And you wouldn't want to believe it. It's not going to be long before we get him around here, and he'll be shown, I'm sure, on the one-lap board next time around. These guys having a long and enduring race, their first start of the meet. We went very quickly through our round of racing for the juniors yesterday, and it was pretty good. So that's Fernio, Dylan Fernio, and he's listed up there. Dylan Fernio in the top 12. There you go. So Duffy's out front from Wynett, Porter, Henderson, Pajewski. Conan Forrester starting to get amongst it up there in fourth at the moment. There's the race leader. Whoa, zooming around the track, starting to get it dialed in nicely and working the track very well. He's gone past quite a few lap riders out there at the moment, and he has just taken things fairly steady up there at Regan Duffy. He's done the job, got to the lead. Once he got to the lead, just taking things steady and sussing things out, I reckon, already probably for the next round. Where will I be next time I go around here on the circuit? He's doing so very well at the moment, heading on to the back part of the circuit in pursuit of 4 or 5 lap riders, and he's just zooming around the racetrack. Sometimes he looks as though he's very comfortable. Sometimes he's got to work very hard to get through the lap traffic out there. You've got to work out which line they're going to go on before you can make your line. And sometimes, of course, he's travelling at twice the speed of the other competitors. He makes his way down the hill here. There won't be much more to go in this one. He'll probably get the last lap board this time around. But he's certainly handling the situation extremely well out in front. Regan Duffy controlling the speed that everybody else is going on the race circuit as well. And he is handling it with aplomb as he goes up round the Making History sign up on the top part of the circuit, charging on down the hill. This is a fine performance by the guy that took out the number 1 last year and performed so very, very well against Australia and the world's best. Down and out just for the moment. As we look now to see the race leader heading on around here in a scorching time. That's the second place point. So there's a fair break between first and second at the moment, about 25 seconds. Having done the job on everybody else out there at the moment, we're having a look to see now whether Porter is up in the third still. We've got to wait a little bit for that to happen. That's the race leader going by, so he's probably going to get a lap on everybody in this journey at the moment. A couple of the other riders saying, well, I think I've just about had enough of this. So the race leader now heading up and over the Mandurah City Yamaha KTM bridge. Cool and comfortable. Got an absolute mortgage on this one at the moment. Just have a look at the young man putting the bike through its paces out there at the moment. Regan Duffy. Wonderful racing team back in second. Corbin Wynett just gone across the finish line. But he's got a bit to do here as we get ready with the last lap board for the race leader. He has not got far to go before he's going to claim a victory one more time here at Coastal Motocross Club for 2019 round 1 of the Motul and Pirelli MX2 Championship here. And Regan Duffy is absolutely in command and control of the situation. And as we said before, when they went across the timing line before, it was about 25 seconds in front. So certainly getting on with the job here for Motul and Pirelli MX2 Championship. Regan Duffy doing very well at the moment. Back to Corbin Wynett, still in third. It's Dean Porter, so a good performance. First up back after a very lengthy spell. Dean Porter, fantastic stuff, mate. Good to have you back on the job once again for Motel and Pirelli, the MX2 Championship. And the man that's in front, the rider in front, is on his very last lap here. Got just a little bit further to travel, and the checkered flag will come out for the third event of the program today, the Motel and Pirelli MX2 Championship. It's going to be a big win for Regan Duffy here, who is doing it pretty cool out there at the moment. Our man with the last lap board ready this time. Coming up for Regan Duffy. He is ready. Timer moves into position now. He did that job yesterday and did a great job. Haven't we got the last lap board up for Regan Duffy? Is it going to happen this time around? Timer's saying, well, we got the time up, so we'll put the last lap board up. So he's got a lap to go now. And as Jason Crow would say, one more circulation left to go for the race leader, Regan Duffy. Oh, yeah. A fair way back then to Corbin, who is making his way around the track as quick as he possibly can out there at the moment. And times are pretty tough out there at the moment for the other riders. That's Corbin going through there. Well done. Good performance in the MX2 Championship. First up. And we're waiting now to see where that number 30 bike goes as Jake Woods goes motoring on by. And we wait now for Dean Porter to make his way around here for third spot. A little hard to check out the placings here sometimes with the sun in the position that it's in. But at this stage, just over half a lap to go for Regan Duffy. He can take things very coolly and calmly out there at the moment. And I'm pretty sure he's just about lapped everybody in the race. He's certainly getting around here very, very quickly at the moment on the racetrack. As they head on down here, everybody gets the last lap board this time around. Doesn't matter how many times you've been around. When the last lap board goes up for the race leader, everybody gets the last lap board. So you just got to handle the situation as best you can and keep it going for the very, very best. All right, as we said before, Regan Duffy is going to win this one handsomely here, and great stuff for the Raceline Motorsports, Cassins, Australia, Oakley Berry Sweet Strawberry Farms, and Mandurah City KTM. Regan Duffy is going to win it by an awful lot of margin out there at the moment, and he is certainly the master blaster in the dirt here today. As they head on around, still got that last lap board out. We wait for the race leader to come around. He'll drop it shortly and get out the checkered flag. Race leaders coming around. Come on, race fans. Event number 3 today, the Motel and Pirelli MX2 Championship, your race winner. Oh, what a cool, comfortable ride. As he bolts across the line there, Regan Duffy, and takes the checkered flag and the win. Absolutely dynamic out there, back in second position with a very good ride will be Corbin Wynant. Corbin's done extremely well to get up there and get into second position when he comes through here, as they had a bit of a match race there, and we'll have to have a look and see whether Corbin has actually got there or in fact Dean Porter. I'll have a look, see. No, I'll tell you what, there was absolutely nothing in it. Gee, I can't, it's 0.003 of a second separating him, but Corbin Wynant second across the line. Dean Porter wrapped it on nicely. It was absolutely almost a dead heat, and he got across the line for third position in the Motel and Pirelli MX2 Championship for 2019. I'd like to say hello to members of the Sutton family that are here today, enjoying themselves on the race circuit. Well, there you go, race 3. Took a little while to run through that one, but we got there in the end, and I'm just having a bit of a look, see how we went for timing on that one. That was, of course, the MX2 Championship, 20 minutes out there, plus 1 lap. So that's the reason it took a little while to get through. 20 minutes and 1 lap. Big race. And for the MX1 Championship, they'll be coming up event 6, and that'll be a 20-minute race as well. So a long race out there, and we got it together in the end. The MX2 Championships right here at Coastal Motocross Club for 2019 for Makes Making History, the first of our state senior motocross rounds. Don't forget to get up to the red van up there for Cafe to You. Sam Robbins and the crew working very hard up there. If you want to give her a call, she's not doing too much at the moment. If you want to order your coffee, you can do that right now. 1300 Cafe to You. That's how it is. Easy as that. And great to have the Robbins family involved in motocross racing here in WA. And Sam doing the job down there, and the rest of the Robbins family having a look to help their daughter. And she's still got the coffee van up there. Bit of a queue happening up there in front of the ice cream truck, so please get up there. If you want to share that ice cream, mate, you can bring it down here now. There you go. Ice cream van is vacant and available if you want to get up there and grab yourself a feed right away. And, of course, the canteen open for plenty of goodies up for grabs at the moment. Big field of bikes up here for event number 4. Awesome field out there. Remember, we've got the 2 groups of riders out there, the Masters and the Veterans combined as one today called Beautiful Kitchens and Diamond Design Masters and Veterans Championship. Oh, gee, that's a handful to say. Thank you very much, the Beautiful Kitchen and Diamond Design Masters for, design. Beautiful Kitchens and Diamond Design sponsoring, of course, the Masters and Veterans Championship for 2019. And a very big field of riders out there in the Masters group. Michael Dream, Trevor Unstead, some terrific competitors in that lot. Paul Smithson, Ben Shingler, and Matt Briggs. So pretty good start here. Smithson got away first. Adam Shercott is up there. Shercott, of course, sponsored by Asbill WA. He's a bike 164, and I think he's going to be a pretty keen competitor in the Masters and Veterans competition. Aaron, of course, at the moment is in the Veterans, and I think he'd probably be the first of the riders in that group. But at this stage, they're racing as one. A big spill down the bottom here. 2 riders involved at the bottom lower part of the circuit just before they head inland towards the back part of the circuit there, and both riders away okay. Well, one is anyway, the second one about to get going on the racetrack. So one rider you've got to watch out for will be Trevor Unstead. He'll get going very quickly here, and you can bet your bottom dollar that he'll feature amongst the place getters in this group out here. And it's a combination of the Veterans and Masters combined for the 2019 Beautiful Kitchens and Diamond. If you already picked up a program and you want some late nominations, Rob Morrison, Peter Smethers. Morrison's on bike 671. Peter Smethers on bike 960. Jeff Chapman riding on 547. Stewie Morrison running on 647. And Neil Marr running on 317. The additions to the program for the Masters and the Veterans categories. Guess what? We're going to lap into this one already, and looks like the young Hothersall doing it well from Andrew City Yamaha. They've sponsored quite a lot of riders in their racing today, and they're right behind Ben Hothersall in the Veterans competition. So Hothersall, of course, Ben has been involved in the scene for a little while, but gee, they were a big name in the motocross many years ago here in Western Australia, and great to have their involvement still in the Masters and the Veterans category. And it wasn't all that many years ago, I can tell you, that Ben was competing in the senior ranks, but not in the Veterans and Masters. So there you go. Great to see Ben Hothersall and that family still involved in motocross racing here in Western Australia. Guess what? He's in the lead and doing it well from Ben Shingler, Robbie Morrison, Trevor Unstead up there in 4th. And we got Trevor Unstead riding on bike 142 today. And he's doing it very well. Fifth Element Kawasaki, MX Inc. and Answer Racing sponsoring Trevor Unstead today. And as we said before, he's up and at him. He's passed a few bikes. He's been able to get past Aaron Cherkop, who was dropped the back in position number 5 already on the racetrack. I've got to keep turning the program here very quickly to find out how many laps these guys are doing this time around. It'll be 10 minutes, so it's half the time of the MX2 and MX1. So it's of course, the Masters Vets Championship, 10 minutes plus 1 lap. The second time they come out will be 2 3-lap sprints, and the final event of the day will be 10 minutes plus 1. Well, that's pretty good stuff. It'll be interesting to see how these sprint races go a little bit later on the program, and we'll have to keep you informed about how things go with that situation. Don't forget too, we're holding the appeal for Ben Sainsbury today. He was involved in a life-changing accident in September 2017, come 18 months later, and guess what? He's having a look at a chance of getting across for Australian selection for wheelchair basketball. So well done to Ben Sainsbury. He does require funding for that, and he's looking for upwards of $10,000 to be involved in that. That's a fairly hefty exercise, and of course that involves the purchase of a purpose-built wheelchair for competing in sport, and we've got tins in the canteen and the bar, and we'd like you to look at that when you read the bit of paper, up and over the handlebars in a big way. Pick the bike up and get back on. That's the best thing you can do. Jeff Chapman backs it off the track. It'll take a little while. So please remember the tins at the canteen and the bar for Ben Sainsbury today. Oh yeah, that was a big one. Jeff Chapman there. Righto, Jeff, you've got to finish it off now and get back on the bike and get going. If it starts for him, it looks at this stage as though it might be a bit of an issue. Get it off the track, that's it. Out of the way. People out there indicating to the rider where they need to go. It's not taken long for this group of riders, and remember there are 2 of them out there, Masters and Veterans combined together today here on the race circuit. Ben Shingler has been able to get past Hothersall, so Shingler is now into the lead here with a pretty good bit of riding for Cully's Yamaha, Side Boots, Dragon and Yamalu. That's Ben Shingler, the new race leader out there as we head across there to try and get that rider either mobile or off the track. And Trevor Unstead just sailing on by. One who can pull up and say good day. One of the riders here that's had a bit of enough of competing today is Benji Dawson for Racemate Storage Solution, and I think he must have had a bit of a prang over the back part there. Benji Dawson struggling to get it back into the pit area there, and I'm sure that Benji will get across there and find out how things are going. A little bit later on with our first aid crew. Medic crew are on the job there. The first aid people get across there and see how they're going. So Shingler's out in front of Hothersall, back to Robbie Morrison, who's got going. Unstead still in 4th spot. Aaron Cherkop's got going a bit quicker this time around. Back to Brett Graham and Martin Costa rounding out your top 7 at the moment. So we'll just see what transpires here for the Masters and the Veterans combined. Event 4 being run at the moment for Beautiful Kitchens and Diamond Design. A lot to say there, but thank you very much for your help and support. Beautiful Kitchens and Diamond Design for 2019. That was for and on behalf of the sponsorship team at WAMX, who are looking after things here. There's a rider going through there, Michael Dream for West Coast Motorcycles and Total Mobile Fitness. Got a fairly big onerous task to get past a few of these riders out there at this stage. So Shingler is on lap number 3. His quickest lap round here was on the first one, of course, at 2 minutes 48.80. And did I say that? I was looking at Stu Morrison when I read that out. Shingler's gone around here in his best lap on lap 1 of 2:07. Now Ben Shingler pretty quick around the racetrack at the moment, and that's the reason that young rider is into the lead. I say that. and hope that things are not going to change too much in the future here for event number 4, the beautiful Kitchens and Diamonds design. Shingler's on lap 4, and most of the other competitors in this one are still on lap number 3. So we got 3 of them through now, the top 3, Shingler, Hosethel and Morrison. And of course that's Trevor Unstead going through there. Pretty cool, calm and collective at the moment. Trevor Unstead, he's back in 4th and he's saying, well, I'm not doing too badly out here. And of course you can only have one race winner and the place getters through. So they're racing as 2 divisions as 1. We'll call them as 1. Masters and Veterans combined here at the moment. Unstead the rider back in 4th. Shingler doing nicely at the moment. He of course is on the group that's out there in the Veterans category. Ben Shingler racing today for Cully's Yamaha, Fly Racing, Dragon and Yamalu. That's Ben Shingler, the race leader. And Ben certainly getting amongst it up there. The timekeeper down the bottom there with our lap scoring man ready to indicate to the riders that they're going to have one more lap before they go around. Have a look, see how we go through. Checking the numbers. Got the thumbs up in the air. This will be the race leader. Coming through in just a moment. We get ready with the last lap board. Where are we? He's having a look over there to see where the race leader is. Not quite ready for him yet, so a little bit of work to do here. Michael Dreen has come through. And we're looking for bike 129, Ben Shingler at the moment. I think I'm having trouble up here. You should see the man out in the middle here. He's having strife as well. Michael Dreen goes through for Total Mobile Fitness. Very colourful out there at the moment. The guy coming around the corner now is going pretty quick. Making no mistake about it. Getting over up in the air pretty well. Here we are. This is our race leader. Shingler coming around this time. The 1 lap board comes out for this man. What a ride. Going very, very well at the moment. Ben Shingler for Cully's Yamaha and Dragon. He's the current race leader. In fact, he's got a lap to go, just under, and he's got the race wrapped up there. Ben Hosethel putting in a fine performance back in 2nd. Racing today for Manchester City Yamaha. Been a long and enduring race out there at the moment for these riders here as Robbie Morrison goes through. Back a little bit to Trevor Unstead now, and all of a sudden Trevor Unstead and Robbie Morrison having a bit of a look at one another as they go past. Very quick and fast out there at the moment. So this race, unfortunately for us up here in the box, number 4 for Beautiful Kitchens and Diamond Design, is a pretty open race, and Shingler is certainly going very well at the moment, and he looks pretty good and pretty cool and comfortable out there on lap number 5. Doing it very, very well at the moment. Back to Ben Hosethel, who's in 2nd position, and Ben riding as best he can on the circuit here today. And of course, at the end of the season, our representative from Beautiful Kitchens and Diamond Design will be up on the stage to present the top rider in the Masters and Veterans combined when WAMX have their trophy evening, which is held, of course, at the end of the current motocross season. So hopefully everybody get up there. This is event number 1 on the calendar for WAMX, and we're here at Coastal Motocross Club. Got it right that time, boss. As they move around here with a few more riders to make their way around, but everybody this time around getting the last lap board to indicate they don't have much further to go. And we're just waiting for the race leader Shingler to come around here now. Ben doing a great job of being out in front. Took a little while to get there, and certainly a good start in that one with Ben Hosethel. And the fight is on out there with Trevor Unstead, of course, and the other rider that he's having fun with is Robbie Morrison. So we'll find out in a moment or two who's going to take it out. But let's not make any mistakes about this one. The race leader coming out through the pit corner there for the final time, and up and over that little jump there. A couple of bumps up there, and he looks over his shoulder and said, well, I've done pretty well here. I've taken the win. Ben Shingler for Cully's Yamaha with a great ride. Big finish there from Michael Dreen, and I'm not sure where he was in the place getters. He's obviously a lap down here looking for number 2 to come through. That'll be Ben Hosethel. Ben, of course, is out there in 919, and this will be young Ben bolting along there through there nicely. He's saying, hey, I've had enough of this too. The left hand looking a bit crook out there, and As we see a couple of the other riders coming through. Trevor Unstead, has he been able to negotiate his way past? Yes, I think he has. So Unstead back in third with a fine ride. Back to Robbie Morrison, who he got past there, and Aaron Sherkop in fifth to round out the top 5 for event 4 for Beautiful Kitchens and Diamonds Design here at the 100-year-old Coastal Motocross Club for 2019. The Makes Making History State Senior Motocross Round for WA Motocross, MWA, and of course Diamond Designs, digital printing, making Perth's best kitchens, sponsoring event number 4 today. All right, Cullis Yamaha proudly sponsoring the 2019 Women's Championship. And we'll give you the starters for this one here in bike order. Megan Bagnall riding today for Cullis Yamaha, Yamalube, Fly Racing, Dragon Goggles and Sada Boots. Jasmine Clark riding today for the Flow Vision Company on bike 323. Storm Green on 401 for Oceanside Flooring and Interiors, and Micah Metals. Charlie Blee for Corrupt Industries, and Steve Menswear. Talisha Outram running today for MKT Mechanical Services, and Amber Adford, who does the pit work for Talisha. Michaela Edwards riding today for HMR Racing on bike 453. Talia Leng riding today for Cully's Motorcycle, Chain Reaction Motorcycle, and Steve's Menswear. Well done to Talia Leng riding on bike 597 today. Hannah Bagnall running on bike 623 for Cully's Yamaha, and Jim's Antenna and Bridgestone. As we see now, Cara Katz is running today for Team Sober, GP Wholesale, Mandurah City KTM, and Pirelli Motul. They do it all for Cara Katz on bike 655. Tracy Mason running in 689 for Tin King WA, Diamond Finish Panel and Paint, and Flow Vision Company. And Tiana Hansen is addition to the program on bike 747. So it's a fairly big field of lady competitors in this one. So we got 11 nominations and 11 starters. This one here is a sweep. Still making his way around the circuit here somewhere. And we'll just have a look, see what the situation is. There must be a bit of an issue on the back part of the circuit here. And our infield officials are checking things out on the back part of the track there to make sure things are A-OK for the starting of the next one here, which of course is event 5 on the program here today for Cullis Yamaha, the Women's Championship for 2019. Please, thanks very much to Red Sands Earth Moving, the Panel Shop, Bolt Eyewear and Clothing, Foothold Wreckers, 5-Star Yamaha, Planet Honda, Mandurah City Yamaha and KTM. They do a wonderful job in helping this club keep going the way that it does do here. We're having round 1 of the state series here for Makes Making History for 2019 at the Coastal Motocross Club, and we thank you very much. The major club sponsor, of course, Discovery Parks Australia, looking after the caravanning and holidaying people here on the West Coast. In fact, it's called Discovery Parks Australia because they got parks all over Australia. Are we ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. First ladies race got going beautifully. What a start. And Talisha Outram absolutely bolted at the start there. Oh, a bit of side-by-side stuff up there, and very quickly Megan Bagnall's taken the outside line and trying to get up around the outside, but I don't know whether it's going to happen until just about now. Nope, making up that move there as they flew across the Mandurah City Yamaha KTM bridge and getting away to a real good start. And this is an exciting stuff out there at the moment into the Cullies event. And gee, they got going very well. Talisha Outram was the one that got going very quickly and done a great job of being out in front at the moment. Here we go, the big movers come on. Megan Bagnall with a big charge around the outside has jumped into the lead here. Oh dear, oh dear. A little bit untidy coming out of the corner there for Megan, but that's okay. Quickly got control of the situation. And it's not Megan that's done it. It is not Megan. It must be Hannah that's jumped into the lead. Oh, well, it's exciting stuff for the ladies out there at the moment in the Women's Championship for 2019, proudly brought to us by Cullies Yamaha. And, boy, let's see how they go. There's a few of them sponsored by Cullies Yamaha, and that is great stuff. And we thank them very much. They sponsor junior, senior, and ladies division here. Cullies Yamaha getting right behind us here in 2019 for the statewide Makes Making History Championship for 2019, proudly brought to us today by Motorcycling WA and of course their group WA Motocross, and we're here at Coastal Motocross Club for the 100-year celebratory year for them here at Coastal Motocross Club. Yes, sir. Ladies action getting pretty hotly underway here at the moment, and lead bike doing it very well at the moment, coming down the hill one more time before they enter underneath the Coastal Motorcycle Club bridge, the biggest bridge on any motorcycle track you're likely to see for a long, long time. And the ladies doing a great job getting out of that bridge, the first of our riders anyway. Certainly doing it well today. Hannah Bagnall for Jim's Antennas today, and she got the antennas sticking up high in the back of the helmet out there as she comes up over the tabletop and hits up and gets lapped down. And the word for the crew is to be smooth. Be smooth. Don't be overzealous going through the corner. So let's hope that happens. So the Bagnall crew running 1 and 2 at the moment. Megan back in second position. And as we said before, as they went across the line there, a very good start to the other rider that got going pretty quickly. Talisha Outram, who's gone through in third position. So that's a pretty good start from all concerned out there. Back to Storm Green, Michaela Edwards getting on around the track here. That's your top 4 anyway. Bagnall and Bagnall leading out from Outram, Edwards, and Charlie Plea just goes through there, back in 5th position. 1 lap into this one here. We're just having a look, see where we go. This race is run over a 10-minute journey plus 1 lap. So our man has already got the timer going out there. He'll come back about the 9.5-minute mark, ready to go to indicate to our man at the bottom there that he's got to indicate to the riders they've got the last lap ahead of them on the circuit. That'll be in about 8 minutes' time. They're heading around towards Stewie Strait, which is where we are commentating from today, calling the action, and do hope that you are enjoying yourself here on the race circuit. Race leader totally dominating already, and we're already only into the 2nd lap of this race here, so it's a fairly lengthy race. One of the other riders has come to grief out there and is actually racing, cutting a shortcut across the track and into unknown territory out there, so I don't know whether they're heading back into the pit area or going to get back on the track. I think they're just indicating, yep, is it all right for me to cross here? Jumps off the bike. Not quite sure what the problem is there, maybe a chain gone, but at this stage the rider not getting many revs out of the motor department, saying, can I cross now? Yep. So we'll head back into the pit area, and I think there might be Tracy Mason, who's in a bit of trouble down the bottom there. Not quite sure whether the bike is going well for her or not at this stage. Oh, yeah. Did I say Tracy? You know, I didn't mean that. It's Cara. What's happened to the back of the bike? Something amiss with Cara's machine. As Parks said, I've had it. I don't know if she's come a cropper out there or not. The race leader's just going by. So there you go. Most unfortunate for Cara to come out of this one for Cully's Yamaha. The first start of the day for the ladies today. We are at event 5 for the Cully's Yamaha Women's Championship for 2019. Race leader storming along at the moment. Hannah Bagnall out in front by margin of almost 11 seconds over Megan at the moment. Doing it pretty well back in second posse on bike number 4. Looking now to see whether Talisha Outram's up there. You can tell by the purple gear that's Talisha coming through there in third position and rock along very nicely back to Charlie Blee. So there's not much separating third and fourth at the moment. We might have a bit of a look at these two as they go around the circuit here at the moment. Outram and Charlie putting on a good show. Charlie Blee on 415 for Corrupt Industries, and of course Talisha running today for MKT Mechanical Services. So it's a long and enduring race here, their first one. After this, they go into the next round and they have 2 3-lap sprints. The ladies in the Women's Championship today here. Good to have them involved in motorsport here in WA, and I tell you what, the best thing that ever happened to motocross in West Australia was getting the ladies involved in competition racing, and they're going from strength to strength, and it's just great to see. Up past the Planet Melville Honda sign, and making no mistake about it, Megan Bagnall is absolutely on the button out there at the moment. Really, you've got to say that things are going her way completely on the racetrack, and I think that's probably Megan up the top part of the circuit. Megan and of course Hannah's up there as well. Hannah doing the winning in front of Megan, back in second spot. Some 11 seconds separating the first from the second place rider out there when they went across the line. And just checking now, getting our first aid crew and equipment back, and the rider's been safely conveyed off to where they have to go to. Next, from here, Talisha out from third, Charlie Blee back to Michaela Edwards, Storm Green running in 6th at the moment. And the other riders in this one here, Talia Lang, Tiana Hansen, Tracy Mason, and unfortunately Cara got into trouble in the opening laps and didn't quite make it after about halfway through the journey. That would be your race leader heading by up past the 5StarYamaha.com.au sign, and they're doing it well. And look at that, we mentioned 5-Star Yamaha because Cully's Yamaha are sponsoring this event. So it's great to see the Yamaha machines doing it very well at the moment. Cully's doing it well for Hannah. Big run on there from Megan. Let's have a look at the time now. It's slipped out a little bit, that's okay. Hannah's doing it coolly and calmly out in front. Megan back in second spot. We're talking about the Bagnall family running 1 and 2 at the moment. Back to Talisha Outram, who is making her way around the track indeed at the moment. And I think there might be a bit of an issue here with the place getters. We'll have a look, see who's coming around in third at the moment. That rider just heading through there would be... Talisha's dropped down a little bit. Charlie Blee's got up there. Well done, Charlie. In third posse at the moment. Back to Talisha Outram, Storm Green, and Michaela Edwards. So the top 6 are gone through. Bagnall and Bagnall leaning out front from 1 and 2. They are holding positions out there at the moment. Back to Charlie Blee, Talisha Outram, Storm Green, and Michaela Edwards. Waiting now for Jasmine Clark, Talia Lang, Tiana Hansen, and Tracy Mason to make their way around the race circuit here. And it looks as though we've got another rider down there in the deep low section of the racing circuit down there, and I think they might have bogged the recovery vehicle, the ambulance vehicle. Oh, well, we'll find out at the moment. Don't know whether they're trying to get the bike up and out of the way. Our team down the bottom there just sorting out the issue with getting the bike out of the way, and the first aid crew on the job. They're very versatile, our medical team here. They're able to tender first aid or wherever required, and if there's a bike in strife and parked in the wrong spot, they can move it up and out of the way. So at a very low part of the circuit, we've got trouble, and Tiana Hansen is the rider that has got into strife over there. We're not quite sure whether they're going to be able to fire this machine up and get it going again. Come on, Tiana, see if you can get it going. Cleared by the medical staff to continue racing this one. Race leader going well. Cara Katz wondering where it all went wrong for her. That situation out there that she couldn't do much about. And believe you me, if she had been able to keep it going, she would have won the race circuit. Team saying, doing all right. You've got the 1-2 in this group. Hannah Bagnall doing it very well for Fly Racing, Bridgestone and Dyno Time. And Jim Zantana, of course. And done it very well. Here we go with the second place bike out there. Megan Bagnall for Cully's Yamaha. 10 minutes and 1 lap they get for this one. Event 5 today. There's your second place rider. Got to tell you something about the Cully's Yamaha team out there. The Bagnall Racing team. Don't they look so colourful out there? Not that all the ladies don't look colourful when they're competing, along with the guys, but the Bagnall team, well, they've got it just wrapped up out there for Cully's Yamaha, and they look very good on the race circuit. So we're heading around now for another lap of this journey here, and Megan starting to really dictate the pace out in front, and sometimes that happens. We said before with junior sport, not quite the same as seniors, but in the senior ranks, we just get out there and give it our best shot. Wherever available, going through there now. Charlie Blee has been able to get past a few of the others. Talisha having a few issues out there. She's dropped it back into 5th position at the moment. So Storm Green is the rider that's coming on fairly strong at the moment. Charlie Blee and Storm Green have got past Talisha Outram, and actually it's going to be a good finish here between those two riders. Everybody, with the exception of Jasmine, Talia, Tracy, on their 4th lap of this race out there for the Cully's Yamaha Women's Championship for 2019, and already our people having a bit of a look down here. That's a quick 10 minutes if we're ready to go now, but our man with the timer, he knows more about the program than what I do, so hopefully our 10 minutes are up as the ambulance now making its way back with the flashing lights on now. Probably just going to turn it around and park it there next to the red Sand Supplies sign on the main straight here. And of course that's Stewie's Straight here at the Coastal Motorcycle Club, and they're looking pretty good. Apologies to the members of the Coastal Motocross Club. Keep calling it the Motorcycle Club. It's the Coastal Motocross Club here. And of course they do a great job. 100 years they've been in the game here. Clicking along very nicely. Tracy Mason for West Coast Motorcycles. Last lap board out for the race leader. Got going pretty quickly at the very outset here, and in fact by the time they went past the red Sand Supplies at the start, already into the lead was Hannah Bagnall, and she's proving to be the master blaster in the dirt here today down on the Kwinana Beach. As we get them going here, waiting now for Megan to come through. Back on the second place bike, and as we said, a fair break between 1st and 2nd. 3rd and 4th is an interesting scenario down whether we've got any difference in the timing between Charlie Blee and Storm Green out there on the track. Charlie Blee and Storm Green. 2 hard names to say in a hurry there as we see him circulating around here very quickly now. The ladies are getting going here for what will be their final lap. Most of them coming through there pretty nicely, and it's a very good lead at the moment that our lead rider has got in Hannah Bagnall at the moment, doing it well today for Cully's Yamaha. Up around the corner we go. This has got to be your 3rd place bike out there in this one. Yep, doing it well, Storm Green. Storm Green has been able to get past Charlie, so Storm up in 3rd, Charlie back in 4th, and that's Talisha Outram going through. Got those wonderful, well, I think it's the purple of the Dockers out there. I'm not too sure. I've got to say that because they won last night. I don't often get a chance to say that, so it's good stuff. Michaela Edwards going through there for HMAR Racing, and with about a half a lap left to go now, it's pretty well all going to be the way of Hannah Bagnall at the moment, who's going to win this one and win it fairly well on the racetrack here at Coastal Motocross Club for the 2019 Makes Making History State Senior Motocross Meet. Round number 1 we're having today. Great to be involved. And great to have everybody here on board with us today. Terrific crowd in attendance today. Look at that grandstand up there is chock-a-block full. Hope you're enjoying yourself up there in the grandstand, are you? Yep. They look like they're getting real excited up there in the top part of the circuit. Our man with the camera is on the job. Last lap board up for one of the riders going through there now. He stands ready here with the checkered flag for the race winner. Last lap board for one rider. The winner goes through, and Jasmine Clark will get the checkered flag that time around, as well as the race leader. So the last bike has gone through, with the winner coming through. A very good ride for Cullish Yamaha today, and taking out event 5 in the program today for Cullish Yamaha with a very good ride, Hannah Bagnall. And of course sponsored by Cullish Yamaha. Megan Bagnall is just coming around pretty quickly in a moment or two, but the other riders, well, they've gone back into the pit area. Second will be here in a moment or two with a little further to go, number 4, Megan, and it'll be a fight to see who's actually 3rd and 4th in the Women's Championship for 2019, their very first event. It's happening right now here at the Coastal Motocross Club. Number 4, there you go, second through the event.